guessing we're live now.
We are.
We're live now. So listen, everybody out there, I'm not doing the intro. I'm not because if
Oh shit.
Oh, Leo's muted.
Leo,
we lost your audio.
Mike,
can't
hear
you.
Yeah, we can't hear
No,
you.
we can't hear
you.
Technical difficulties, folks. Wait a couple minutes.
Uh-oh.
Off to a great start.
Yeah.
Loki strikes again.
It's Loki, dude. It was me.
Loki. Mischief. Thanks a lot, Will.
Cut you off.
You're not talking
Dude,
shit
this,
about Loki.
am I good?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
you're good. We got it.
Okay, I'm good now because that's why I said one of the reasons why I didn't start the fucking intro because I knew this was what actually happened. When you have a full panel individuals, sometimes it happens. The internet just kind of F's up. And again, I'm not putting that intro on because then I would have fumbled through. Anyway, thank you for being here. It is Say What Fucking Wednesday. So I'm glad that you're actually here with us today. We got a lot to actually go through. I can't do it without an incredible panel. I'm so glad that we have all you guys actually out there, man, tuning in. This is an interesting week. We had 4 figures that basically dropped between Monday and today. 4.
Yep.
Okay, for 4 figures. The week's not even over yet. And it's just Wednesday, which means that potentially we can actually get another drop tonight, tomorrow, or in a reveal. That's how it always happens. So you never really know. And yes, we warned y'all. We told y'all. We put cases on all you bitches out there and told y'all that the storm was coming and it is here. It has arrived. So we're going to actually talk about it in a minute. But I can't definitely do this without an incredible panel that we actually have here with us, man. You guys, how are you doing today? Now, if you're on the screen, you're on the screen, but I can't see y'all right now because my computer's stalling. So here it is. It's coming in slowly but surely. I see y'all right now. So we are here. How you doing? First off, let me give a shout out to Mr. Mom's Collectibles for coming on with me, man. So glad to have you here tonight, man. How you doing?
I thank you all for joining this fabulous bearded panel, except minus
Except
one.
me.
But
minus one.
Come on, Riley.
Had to single me out.
You got everybody can actually see him directly. So thank you for calling that out.
No, you can't.
We'll get him there. We'll definitely get him there. KG said, "I'm just gonna go fuzzy for a minute."
Fuzzy for a minute.
Yeah, exactly. So thank you for being here. We got my cousin Cam in the building. Cousin Cam, what's going on with you, bro?
What's going on, man? Excited to be here, bro. Thanks for having me as always. Excited to be here with these guys. Let's talk about these figures.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about these figures, man. I would have pulled up, you know what? I would pull up the sponsorship, but I'm just afraid it's just gonna stay on the screen the entire time. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not gonna do it. We just gonna cycle through. We got the Loki aficionado in here, Mr. Will Foxification. I know you've been getting a lot of notifications. I watched your video the other day, and I'm proud to say that you are biased, mother. No, I'm just playing.
I knew it. Yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here for that discussion because I think Loki, dude, you know I got to be here for that one. So yeah,
biased, bro.
super excited, bro. Well, no, hey, I'm willing to admit it, at least a little bit. There's a little bit of bias, but sometimes we have to take a step back. We have to look at it and be like, hey, let's not jump to conclusions so quickly. I do it. We all do it. However, with Loki, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to wait.
Gore. Come on, bro.
Yeah, with Gore, that's because that's a prototype. That's a prototype.
Okay,
I'm ready to rush to to my opinion on that one. But Loki, mine will arrive Monday. So mine will arrive Monday. So I'm very excited about that. And then I can tell everyone that I love it. So, that's what's going to happen. I've already made my mind up. So yeah, man, happy to be here. And yeah, man, Cam's background looks different. Cam, what's going on? Something looks different.
Is that his new place or what?
He's in his new day.
It's a green screen, bro.
It's a green screen. I was going to say, I was like, dude, come on,
he's in his new digs, man. You already know how it is.
And, I got to say, Leo, KG with facial hair, he's rocking it, bro. He's pulling it off. Like, I'm telling you, KG, keep it growing, dude.
They had told him that he needs to get that facial hair up,
Yeah, your life will improve, KG. And Riley's going to grow it one day. Riley can definitely grow it. So we're going to see what he can do, too.
The day it was like a KG. I need some fuzz, bro.
Yeah, right. He's got to get the ladies somehow. Before the show, we talked about how much of a ladies' man he is.
Hell yeah, definitely. We got.
Tell me that's Riley.
We got the one and only human party in the building. Riley Reviews. What's going on with you, brother?
Dude, I'm chilling, bro. I'm excited for the show. I'm excited to talk about Loki. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Got the biased guy to my left, so we're gonna be excited about that. And yeah, thanks for the invite as always. And I'm excited, happy to be here, man. Let's go. And I'm excited. KG's here. A Wonder Twins back in the building. Let's go.
Yeah.
With the facial hair.
Yeah, he surprised me. He was like, "Yeah, I'm all set and I'm ready to come on in." So, and he's been doing a lot of collecting for the past 2 weeks. Nobody got their
say that.
Yeah. And nobody got a damn thing. None of us got any money, bro.
Yeah.
You already know how that is. So you know how that goes. It is what it is. And you know, since KG in the building, bro. What's going on with you, man? How you doing, man? You
Not
happy
much, man. Just been spending money.
Yeah, I know.
I see a little
I
thing
got
to your
one right
left.
here, T'Challa.
I see.
So I got 3 more coming in. So they're grails for sure. So
nice.
Yeah, I'll reveal them in the next live stream if I ever come on. So
okay.
But anyways, I'm doing well. I'm glad to be on this panel with a bunch of bearded men, except for Riley.
Again, 2 times.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Well, good,
Well,
man. So glad to have you here, man. And last but not least, you already know who it is, man. You got Mr. Candy himself, brother cousins, Mr. Smooth, all day, every day. Who was brave enough to take a picture of him in them J1s. Bro, don't you ever do that again, because I'm telling you, you know how people get. They're gonna be like, "Yo, where you live, son?"
Yeah, especially with them socks that we saw.
Socks on the stairs.
Yeah, socks on the stairs.
They're gonna like, "Yo, where you live? I need to get them shoes, brother."
You know what? The whole thing about the socks, I sort of didn't thought about it. I was like, man, you know what? I need to Photoshop these out. I told myself, I was like, nobody's gonna see that shit. Forget. Everybody sees everything.
Yeah, they do.
Bro, you know what it is? It's crazy because when you're taking a selfie in the mirror or something like that, you got to always look around you to see if something is visible. Sometimes I got to move the iron board to the right, or I got to just move everything out the way, make sure that nothing's in the bathroom visible, nobody's walking around butt ass naked. You just got to make sure that you are doing the right thing, bro, because like pretty much everybody will look past you just to see if something's flawed in the photo first. Exactly. Like straight up, that's how it always is, bro. Straight up. But anyway, thank you for being here, man. Absolutely. Let me address this chat really quick while we have them here. We got 104 people out there watching so far. So glad to have you here, man. We got $1.99 from my man. Man, what? Thank you so much for that. He said Avengers level panel, man. Straight up. You know, he's using Will's famous words. And it's kind of funny that, you know, basically, if Mr. Mom, follow me up on this. If anybody knows the history of comics and knows how the Avengers were formed, Loki is partly responsible for that.
I was going to say we have an Avengers and Loki here, so
exactly, Avengers and Loki. So basically, yes, Loki is responsible.
Started Ragnarok
in the book, so definitely, man. Say what? So definitely, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for that super chat. We got, and mind you, if you see his name, I still see his name up, even though I took it down. It's just stupid on this side of my computer. Anyway, we got Ash Chase in here, not Ash Cheeks. We got Ash here. PT Art Man. We got Larry Walker in the building. William Owens, Brandon Salad. Let me see. Renz Talentino, the great Renz Talentino. 16 Star Wars Pimpazoid. Whoa, is in the building. Nice. I love that name. OG Mando is in the building. Thank you for being here, my guy. Liger's in the building. Windman 42. William Owens. Kate Carter's in the building. Like I said, man, what? Larry Walker. We got Calvin Williams. My man Cal was in the building. We got let's see, Jay-Z's in the building, or Jazzy's in the building. Insane One, Charlie the Unicorn, William Owens, who else? Two Ferns is in the building, Kinky Sphincter, Universal Key, Mark Attack is in the building. Joe Himmelwright is actually in the building. Now, Himmelwright, bro, never mind, I'm not even gonna say it. Pure Stewards is in the building. We got Charlie the Unicorn. Let me see here. We got Jason Yomo is in the building. Pedro Lopez. We got Doguito is in the building. Now it is Doguito, right? Or Doguito. He said it was Doguito the last time, right?
I don't know.
I think he said it was
I missed it.
I think he did. He corrected me, but I'm just gonna go with it. We got S Beam in the building. S Beam in the building. We got 20-inch Moose Dream in the building. We got SpongeBob Square Balls in the building. Thank you for being here. Let's see here. Larry Walker, Ed Reneur, Collectible Chats. Let's see here. Blurred Dad Life is in the building. Thank you for being here. Who else we have? Primetime Reviews. We got KG out there and Charlie the Unicorn is in the building. Thank you for being here, man. Thanks everybody for actually tuning in. One thing I do want to bring up, because we are still going full-fledged with that right now since we got Thanksgiving out of the way. Just wanted to pull this up. We are always full-fledged right now with the Christmas initiative, and this is to basically make sure that Christmas is good for the kiddos and that we are basically supplying them with gifts, toys. Have partnered with some people around the neighborhood and location to basically make sure that we can actually put toys in the hands of those tots. So definitely all proceeds, super chats, everything that we get goes towards that, which means brother been broke for the last couple months because he's been giving these super chats away. But anyway, it goes towards a good cause, man. So again, thank you for all your contributions. We are all right now into the Christmas initiative. You know, it's always an initiative with us, man. So we want to make sure that those kids are taken care of. So thank you very much for that. And thank you guys for being here. So again, first up, now what we gonna talk about? What shall we talk about first? Let's see. What do we think that we need to talk about? What needs to be on the plate first? Let's see. I know. I know.
Cable.
So the first thing up on the docket is it Loki or no B? Like straight up. This is where we at right now. And this is what we're gonna talk about. Yeah, so the excitement is in the air. Will, you got the notification the very next day, right?
Yeah, I woke up and I had like 3 missed calls. I had like a ton of messages. Riley tagged me a ton of times. He put a post up and tagged me. So I was very happy that people felt that inclined to tag me and stuff. Yeah.
So you were happy that people wanted to, get at you.
Yeah, they wanted to include me. They want to celebrate with me. And then it turned into not a celebration. So it turned into more like what people thought would be a nightmare. So
people were interested to hear what you were going to say, bro. Like,
yeah, I know. I was like, I've never felt this important in my life. Like, I was like, this and Pennywise. Like, people were just waiting to hear what I thought about those 2 figures. I was like, why? So,
and I'm going to pull this. I'm going to let you go first. And then I'm going to go to Mr.
Really?
Mom since he is the guest here, or you know what I mean. We're going to go to him because, like I said, I mean, he has some things he wants to say as well. But I'm pulling these pictures up first. Now, these are the pictures that were sent to you by Primetime Reviews.
Yep.
And thank you, Primetime, for actually sharing these photos with us, man. So this is the Loki that we actually see here. This is with the helmet on. Oops, I kicked me out.
There's Axe.
Yeah, I know Axe.
We did need to talk about him, though. But.
Yeah, we will talk about Axe Wolves. But here's the pictures of Loki. So we got firsthand view, displayed. He got it in hand. He actually sent them to me too and said it looks great. I don't see that split on the finger that everybody's talking about. I guess you got to get the figure in hand to actually see that. But so far, like, okay, with the helmet on right here, this looks good. I'm not going to front. This looks great. This right here looks really decent. You can definitely see it here. That looks okay. That looks good. That looks good. I don't see. Did he send you the photos with the heads?
No, I don't think so. Let me check
for that.
Yeah.
He might. No, maybe he did.
Did he send you with the forehead?
No, he didn't. He
didn't send you.
No. But I think you got to put the helmet on. You got to put the helmet on. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got to put the head on. So I mean, with this piece, man, keep that helmet on. Because it definitely, again, but it is what it is. But see, I myself, I just needed to look at it real quick. So I found a picture with the forehead out. So I'm going to actually pull that up real quick.
Okay.
And yes, so you're looking at it right here. And again, one thing I agree with. There was one thing that you said on the video that you said a couple things that I agree with, but one thing that I agree with was the photo that initially we saw, that everybody saw, was a photo that someone actually had with that zoomed into the head. So of course it's going to push the hairline even farther back.
Right.
And it looked really odd. When I look at this doesn't look too bad right here, but you can tell that hairline is still farther back. Now, Will.
Yeah, man.
The title of the show is Let's Be Honest, right?
Okay.
So let's be completely honest unbiased, but let's be honest right now, okay?
Yeah.
He'll be biased.
So
He's gonna be
when
biased.
you looked at this figure firsthand and you saw the helmet, because you said that when you saw it and it was helmeted, you did have some concerns, correct?
Right. Yeah.
All right. And once you saw the helmet off, were your concerns, was it dumbed down, or do you think it was heightened slightly a bit, or were you concerned even more? What was it? You have the microphone right now, Will.
Thanks, bro.
You speak.
So what I would say, Leo, when I originally saw the photos, I woke up, I was barely awake. Like my eyes were barely open. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's pull this up immediately. Because I saw I've been tagged a bunch of times. I was like, Loki had to have dropped. They're not releasing Pennywise twice. It had to be Loki, right? I knew it was that. So I woke up, saw the photos. Originally, Hot Toys posted it where they said, okay, here's the updated head sculpt. Then they put the rest of the photos. And what was originally confusing, Leo, a lot of people probably saw this. They didn't show promo photos with the helmet off. And I was like, did they change something? Did they say the helmet's not removable now? That's originally probably what a lot of people thought. And then collectors started to get the photos in hand and they started to show, yes, you can indeed take the helmet off and put it on, vice versa. And the hairline looked far back. Leo, the first photo, this happens a ton, man. You know, this happens all the time, where essentially someone puts out a couple photos, they get a real close shot, wide angle of the head sculpt, and everyone freaks out. This happens a lot. Sometimes the head sculpt is undeniably good at no angle, at any angle, right? And then when that happens, you're like, okay, doesn't really matter. It's going to look amazing, right? But that's pretty rare. That's like a Yondu. That's pretty rare. Like most head sculpts, when you put them at that angle, they're going to look like shit because it's super wide angle and you're pushing the camera up into the face at a weird angle. It's just not going to look good. And like you said, it pushed the hair farther back. Am I concerned? With the helmet off, I don't think this head sculpt is that great. I'm willing to say that. I think this is probably like with the helmet off, like maybe like a 7 at best. Mm-hmm. Like I think with the helmet on though, I'm willing to go as high as an 8. I don't think this is a Yondu. Again, I don't think it's a 10. It's not as good as I was hoping for. However, when I see photos that like Primetime Reviews took and other collectors that have posted this figure now, I'm getting a lot more excited because I'm like, you know what? It still doesn't look that bad. Like I said, it may not be as great as we hoped it would be, but I do think that this is an example maybe where people will freak out a little bit more, an initial reaction, and then eventually will calm down a little bit and learn to accept the head sculpt is pretty solid. You know, I still don't view it that way, but a lot of people have come around that way on Cable, right? You guys have mentioned Cable a bunch of times. Like Cable, originally, everyone was very pissed and like, this head sculpt sucks ass. And then everyone started to get it in hand. Everyone was like, I think it's actually pretty good. Same happened with Rey. So Rey from Rise of Skywalker, same exact thing. Everyone hated it. Everyone hated Killmonger in the blogger photos. Everyone hated Mysterio in the blogger photos. Then they started to get it in hand. They were like, okay. Sometimes the blogger photos, as amazing as these photographers are, like that much detail and lighting sometimes makes it look worse because it's not the lighting that you're naturally going to see it in. In your display, it's not going to look like that. So that's kind of like it throws things off a bit. With the helmet, I think it looks pretty solid. I think it looks like an 8. That's what I would say. I think it's pretty good. I'm a little bit biased. I love Loki. I'm still a little disappointed. I'm not going to say that I'm like over the moon. Based on the photos that I'm seeing, but I'm still going to get this. It's already shipped to me because it's Loki. If it were a lesser character that I maybe cared less about, that were not a tier 1 character to me, maybe I probably would not care or not really worry about it. But since it's Loki and this is the figure that I've been most anticipating, and to me it still looks pretty solid, I'm definitely going to pick it up. So it's one of those layout where I feel like...
Who shipped it to you?
What'd you say?
Who shipped it to you?
Toys Wonderland. Toys Wonderland. Yeah, because it's my last order with them. I ordered September 2021, and at one point I tried to cancel it, and they said, no, we will only give you store credit. And I said, damn it. So I took that order, and I said, I'm fine, just give me the order. So they shipped it out. DHL, bro. Pray to baby Jesus that it actually arrives because it's supposed to arrive Monday, but we'll see, man. So, but I think someone said the helmet was a little bit too big. I don't agree with that because I know Brother Cousins has the original. And I had actually the 1-to-1 King Arts Loki helmet prop. It's a big ass helmet. Like it's a really big helmet. So I think this looks correct to me. And if you have the original, you know the helmet is big as shit. And the original helmet, the prop is really big. So the tailoring on this one is far, far, far improved from the original. The head sculpt to me, yes, Leo, the proto was better. The proto was better. No doubt about it. There's a decline here. No doubt. However, I'm still happy with it, and I think people will be when they get it in hand. I think a lot of people have already overreacted, though. and to the point of canceling pre-orders. But when people start getting this in hand, I do think that perception might change. But if you don't really care that much about Loki or this version, you're not going to get it anyway. So it really doesn't matter. But if you do really love Loki, I think people will come around once they start seeing people get it in hand and people saying it's not as bad as we thought, which tends to happen all the time. We do that all the time. So yes, I'm a little bit biased because of Loki. However, to wrap up my statements, my closing argument, I do feel like this was maybe a little bit overblown and too much of an initial hysteria. And I do think, while not as good as we hoped, it's not a total loss at the end of the day.
So aside from the head sculpt, because I think that's been talked about enough. You know what I mean? I think we know that, and people have been having those gripes. The tailoring looks good. I'm not going to front.
Yeah, it does.
My only concern is that the pleather over time, the peeling possibly could happen with this if it's not in a great or at least a decent room temperature. That you could probably run into those peeling issues with it, or if you flex it too much. That's my biggest concern about it, because when I look at it, and the pleather is noticeable when you look at it. You can even it looks like potentially that's going to peel soon, like even just looking at that.
All that pleather is a time bomb. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, some people. I had the original Avengers Loki layout, and never had an issue. I don't know about Brother Cousins. He lives in Maryland also, but. Yeah, I'd never had any pleather peeling with it. I did have a little bit with my Winter Soldier before I sold it, but I just got a dehumidifier today, actually. So, to keep it at a good temperature. But yeah, with the original Loki, which is probably similar, if not the same material, I never had an issue. So I guess it really just depends on your climate. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, but it could. Pleather's a time bomb. Yeah, it is. Eventually. Eventually it's going to go. So.
Well, eventually. But Mr. Mom. And I know you got some things that you wanted to get off your chest. You've been holding it like you remind me of that GIF or that meme that we actually see. The meme we see of the boy who's in class and he's straining to say something.
I'm listening to everything Will's saying. I'm just shaking right now.
So yeah, go ahead, speak, bro.
Believe it or not, I actually do agree with Will on a lot of it. See, so here's my perspective about this. When I get a figure, I don't haphazardly just say, hey, I'm going to buy this on a whim. I pre-plan, am I going to get this figure before I put down an NRD, before I pre-order it? And that's what happened with this. When I close my eyes and think of Loki, this is my definitive Loki. It's not the TV series. And by the way, they better not touch the prototype sculpt on the head on the TV series, because that could be like a 10 out of 10 for me, because that is an unbelievable sculpt, and I really just hope that doesn't change. That being said, this is my definitive Loki. This is the one that I did pre-order this when it first came out, and like everything else, I actually canceled it, and I just moved the funds over to another figure. So it wasn't like I was one of those, I'm going to cancel. It just took forever. I really do feel all of this hype wouldn't have happened as much if it wasn't a 2.5 year plus wait.
Yeah,
if this was a standard 11-month, 12-month release, I don't think there's going to always be criticism. It is what it is. Like the Doctor Strange, that's about a 12-month release. I have criticisms about that, but I'm still going to get it. But I think if this didn't have a 2.5 year plus time frame on it, I don't know if it would be this critical, because now everyone's like, well, what did we wait for? Why did Hot Toys take so long? I do feel like a couple things. Like the sculpt, it's about a 7 out of 10, but that's every figure. I think the only issue I do have is the hair. And what bothers me about Hot Toys, and this is an example, is that I kind of wish that they would borrow from themselves sometimes. And, I don't know what the issues are, but like, for example, I don't know if I can put it up on screen, but the Luke Skywalker, just pop the hair off and just change the hair if that was a big deal. I know that comment's been made. And they've been doing this actually with the Alex Murphy RoboCop 2-pack. So this isn't like it's new technology. It's just you borrow from what you've already done, if that was that big of an issue. For me, this one's an interesting figure because it was released, as I said off stream, it was released under the Endgame banner, if you want it. It's a 2012 Loki. It's meant to have the helmet on. I'm going to display it with the helmet because that's how I see it. But they were able to kind of sneak it in under the Endgame banner to do a reissue, a 2.0, if you will. And, I've seen people come out and say, well, why did they even bother doing it? You can argue and say, why did they release a 2012 Cap? It was needed. The body was different. I see people making comparisons aside from the sculpt that the tailoring looks better. And one comment I did see on a previous stream, it does look better overall, like there's someone in the suit. Like it actually does look better, like a little more fuller in terms of him in the suit compared to the old one. So it's very possible that it's just, a little tailoring, like a 2.0. It was garnered for that, but there's so much focus on the sculpt. And that's the thing. These photos come out. I went to school for photography. I don't claim to be a professional photographer, but we get so hyped up in the photos that, people get them, take their phone, boom, snap a photo, and then that's cemented in history as that's what it's going to be. I don't even care if Hot Toys ended up reissuing a new sculpt like the Mark 85 and did a new one. It's still going to go back to that one moment that someone released the first photo of this thing on their iPhone just to get it out there, and that's what's cemented in everybody's minds. So, I mean, but we argue about sculpts all the time. I think the only issue with this is the hair. I do think the sculpt is like a 7 out of 10. I don't think it's anything great. Even like the angle I'm looking at right now, it loses its likeness in some areas, but is that preventing me from buying it? No, it's coming home. It's coming home on a discount. I'll wait till it sits, because I think also what's going to happen with this one is, aside from the sculpt gate, if you want to call it, or the hair gate scenario, I think it's going to compete because other people might be turned off that they're going to jump for those Loki figures from the TV show, because those sculpts do look better, and they may want those instead. So this may sit, and I'll wait till, see how it goes. And, I might pick it up at that point. But the problem with Hot Toys and how I buy is that, I was thinking about this analogy today. It's not like test driving a car. You can't go to your local comic book store and say, listen, I want to borrow that Loki, take it home and stick it in my DTOF for 3 days, see how it looks under lighting. And then, you know what, I might come back and buy it. Or, you can't give it a test drive. So I feel like a lot of the figures for me, I commit to buy. Like, I know I'm buying this figure regardless of how it looks. I knew I was going to buy it, but I'm definitely going to wait. I want to see, like, Will get it. I want to see other people get it. I want to see it in the hands of more collectors and really get better photos, because there's going to be more professional-esque level photos out there that are going to be, from regular collectors, and that's what I want to see, because the Hot Toy photographers, people kind of forget it's their job to Photoshop and photograph these things to the best of their ability to sell the figure. So I like to leave it in the hands of getting it out into the public and kind of see what it's like. But this figure's coming home 100%. It's just that it's not going to be a day one. I'm not itching to grab it right away. I think it will sit because it's going to compete with other Lokis, aside from the issues of the sculpt and the hair, what have you. So it's kind of where I stand on it. So I do agree with Will. I'm not, I do share some of his points, but, I think it's blown out of proportion because this is what we got for 2.5 years of waiting.
And I think that's part of the gripe, is the simple fact that the expectations was, if it took 2.5 years, so almost 3 years, then make it right. You know what I mean? Make it look good, and I think for them, they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just so glad that the Endgame line is over. Like, we can get past that right now. Well, it's not, because they still basically have that concept art Doctor Strange that they have to kind of get out as well. And that's from Endgame or in Infinity War, whatever. So again, they got to finish that. But anyway, Cam, is this one that resident Marvel guy all day, every day, bro? You getting this home?
So what you did today is you brought on 2 fucking wheels to the show, and then made it
right before Cam.
Throw him under the bus, man.
I'm like, God damn. I'm like, well, what they said.
Pretty much.
That's how you do it.
I agree with both of them. And honestly, I think my biggest gripe is that we really don't know how it looks in hand, I think. And that's because I think photography and photoshops and even people trying to take different angle photos can only do so much for the figure, and until you really have it in hand and you can see it, then we really won't know, how good or how bad it really is. But I think my hugest thing is just what took so goddamn long? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I don't see much that they changed or improved, you know what I'm saying, from what we originally had. I thought, what we originally saw was better than what we see now. So I don't know. For me, it's definitely, I'm gonna probably wait on it. Won't be something that I'm getting right now.
Right now. So you're just gonna wait a little bit.
I'm gonna wait to see what Will says about it.
Monday,
like, it's great, buy 2. I'll be like, damn, all right.
That's probably what I will say. Look at that though. Come on, man, that looks pretty good.
The once great, honestly, they really do. And it's like, but it's like, I think the one photo that threw me off, I saw it on Hot Toys Mad Men's page. and he had a photo of it straight on, and it looked like it was like hair plugs. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like like it was like missing pieces of paint, and I was like, oh, that doesn't look great at all. So.
Listen, I'm still gonna have it. I'm still gonna have the figure in my hands. I'm still gonna get it. I have my personal gripes about it because I really do not like that head sculpt at all. I just don't. But I'm gonna still get it because, like I said, it's Loki, and I actually want to create that scene between him and Cap when they first met. Right. So I'm still gonna actually have it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, come on, man. 2.5 years. There's no excuse why this thing, to me, if this is the last figure, you should have put your all in this. Like literally put your all into this to end the line. And in my opinion, the head sculpt is lacking. From me, with the head sculpt on, I mean, with the helmet on, even though I'm still going to get the figure, I'm still giving it like a 7. With that off, it drops all the way down to a 6 to me. Like literally. That's the way I feel about the head sculpt, because I'm like, come on, man, like literally what you did to you. And it scares me because, like Mr. Moms, like you mentioned, if this is what we see out of this, and I think that you know, from the Loki show, that is a superior figure. That head sculpt is incredible. They cannot fuck that up. Like they literally cannot fuck that up. And I hope that they don't. I hope and pray that they don't, because that's one I want from the show. They have to. Please don't fuck that one up, because it's an amazing piece. So, and that's what I'm scared of. But then again, I'm like, okay, let's separate the two, because this is the 2012 version. So they want to stick closely to the likeness as much as they can. So I get that. I just hope they don't F up the one that we're going to get. I'm still going to get this figure, but I'm just not pleased with it at all. That's just my opinion about it. I'm just not pleased. Riley, is this something that you're going to have in your collection, bro?
Bro, Will's biased. This sucks. It's horrible. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'll be honest. I'm kind of in agreement with most of the panel. I know, Lael, you said you didn't like it as much, but I don't know. I feel like when I first saw this, even with when they posted the update, I was like, oh, okay, this looks like a lot better than the prototype. Personally, I thought it looked better than the prototype. And a lot of people, it's so funny when you have these releases and it's so like, there's so much controversy with it. Like there's just like, no, it looks nothing like Tom Hiddleston. And I still see him personally. I know other people are like, no, it's like a stunt double. Like it doesn't look anything like him. So it's just funny to me. But to me, I still think, yeah, the photos weren't great. Like what we've seen, like you guys were talking about. I think that they look a lot better, which we've already seen in hand. And I feel like once we get more reviewers putting out like their reviews, we'll like it a lot better. But I don't know. It's not going to be one I get personally, because I'm just trying to stick to like Spider-Man with Marvel personally. But I think that the sculpt is like kind of like Will said. I think it's like an 8 or a 7.5, something like that. But you guys are all right. I think without the helmet, I don't think I would display it with that. It doesn't look great. And it sucks. I know you can't, like, people say like, he's meant to have the helmet on and this and that, but it would have been nice if Hot Toys like included something else to make it just like look better than in the way it does, because his hairline isn't looking great, but it is what it is. End of the day, a lot of people will display it with the helmet, but yeah, I give it like an 8 out of 8 or 7.5. I wasn't always so happy with the proto personally. I know a lot of people were, but I still think that it had imperfections from the start, and I think the Hot Toys did change it, and I think it looks more like Tom Hiddleston to me personally. But you guys are right. The TVA one looks amazing. I think that's definitely the superior one. Once that one releases, it's going to look really awesome. But I think this one was just like what everyone was saying. Like they tried to pump it out. They're just like, we can't wait any longer. This is getting ridiculous. So we're going to update the paint apps a little bit, but we're going to get it out. And to me, I'm going to pass on it. But I mean, I still, like I said, I don't think the sculpt is that bad. I think it's like an 8 or 7.5, but I'm still not going to get it. But I don't even know, because I was talking about this with Carlos, and a lot of the recent releases, like he said, that they've been a little bit like hit or miss, like very underwhelming. And I feel like we're not really used to that with Hot Toys. So it's kind of interesting to see that. It might have to do with something with them, just like we've all talked about. They're trying to rush figures out. They're just sick of the backlog. They're trying to get these like checked out. And yeah, I guess that's what it is. But to me, it's like, I would even compare it. I don't know if I would say that this one's better than the Bo-Katan, because I know that was another one that was a little controversial. But I'd say it's a toss-up between it personally. Like, I know you're not going to agree with that, but I see Tom Hiddleston, man. I don't know what to tell you, but
here's what I'll say.
Go ahead.
Here's what I'll say. So in everybody's defense on here, that's actually talking about the head sculpt. I will honestly say, as far as the face, as far as the sculpt itself, minus the hair, but as far as the sculpt itself, I will say that people who are comparing this to the prototype, when I look at this prototype, this doesn't look all the way like Tom Hiddleston either. Like literally, if you look at that jawline, if you look at everything here, like it looks slightly different. It doesn't look the whole way like him. You know what I mean? Right. I think that the sculpt, if you with the helmet on, I see Tom Hiddleston in this. When the helmet's off, that's when it scares me slightly. But I do remember that his hair was slicked back a few times, but that's like all the way slicked back. You know what I mean? Right. So I'm, you know, it is what it is. And this is just like I say, comparing this one to the prototype that we actually got from Sideshow, or from, you know, basically the pictures that we got from Sideshow. Brother Cousins, and then I'm gonna go to 10%. So your take on this, bro, when you see this?
Yeah, man. I mean, a little bit of what everybody said on a panel. I mean, to be quite honest with you, my thing is, like, I'm looking at the original right here. If you indulge me and just pull it up a little bit.
All right.
Let's look at the head.
You want to look at the head sculpt?
Yeah, look at the head sculpt on this.
Hold up, I'll pull you up in a second. Give me a minute.
Yeah, but why are you doing that? Yeah, it's just, I mean, it looks good for what it is. Okay, now this is a vast, you know, what we got from them is a vast improvement from this. Okay, which makes sense. This was like what, 12 years ago, 10, 15. I mean, not 15, about 10 years ago. But you look at the hair, and the hair is slicked back here. It's real slick back, very like a lot, but it don't look like that figure. The slick back on that one, the new figure, is ridiculous. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, right. They could have did the same thing here. And I think what Mr. Mom was saying, they could have utilized the same technology that they've done before with the RoboCop figures and other figures. But looking at this old figure right here, I mean, you can definitely see the improvement in the new one. It's an improvement, you know, nonetheless. It is an improvement. Is it a 10? No, it's not it's not a 10 at all. But if you look at the whole execution, like, look at this costume. It's baggy. It looks, it's a product of its time. If you look at the new one, it looks like a person. This looks like a figure. The new one looks like a person. Now, the likeness of the head sculpt, you can take me off now. The likeness of the head sculpt,
nah.
Yeah. I mean, I see Tom Hiddleston in it a bit. I do see him in it, but it's something with it. It is something is off. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but something is off. But I do see Tom in it. Yeah, man. Honestly, how I feel about it, I'm definitely still going to get it, but it's going to be. I'm not excited about it. That's the thing. I'm not excited about it at all. Now, when I get in hand, or when Will gets it, or just like looking at, you know, seeing other people on YouTube with it, it's like, okay, I'm starting to get that excitement about it. But you know, I learned from looking at what happened with Cable this year to not go by these blogger photos. Now, sometimes you can see it like, yeah, that's off. That looks bad. But when it's kind of like 50-50, I think you just have to get it in hand. And once you get it in hand, and you may like it better. I think this may be a thing where, as long as I keep that helmet on, I'll like it. I think I'll like
right with it. Yeah.
I'll be all right with it. But it does suck that that they had to hide it. And you know, they know that something was wrong with it, because you look at those blogger photos, they gave us no photos with the helmet off. Which right there, that's kind of like, come on, that's kind of funky. That lets me know that they know that they fucked up. So
not one blogger photo had that, like that, literally. Like I didn't see it at all, which was crazy. And I thought, okay, because you know, sometimes they'll put photos up, but then they're still adding, but there was none. Carlos said, free figure raffle for anyone who can grow at least a semi beard. Sorry, Riley.
That's crazy.
Riley can though, he just hasn't.
Yeah, come on.
Definitely, man. But yeah, I feel you on that, bro. Like I said, I mean, I'm still gonna have it, but I'm still me myself. I just expected better from them when it came to this head sculpt, and that's all. I mean, I just think that they should. I mean, this is Loki. Tom Hiddleston is one of your marquee characters, and they know that a lot of people were anticipating this figure. So I just think that they could have put their all into it, but I think they were just rushing to get it out. Like they wanted to complete the line. So it was like, you know what, let's just get it out now and be done with it. So it is what it is. 10%. Are you buying me one?
Man, I feel like I'm in the minority here, and of course, yeah, I'm buying 5 of them for you. No, for me, man, I think it's great. I think it's a great figure. When I first saw it, I thought it was an improvement to the prototype. Now, to answer, I believe it was Cam's question as to why it took up to 3 years for it to come. Three reasons, I think. One, the pandemic. I think that's an obvious one. 2, the oversaturation of figures that we've been getting. And 3, because of that TVA sculpt, they decided, you know what? Let's replace the sculpt that we have for the reissue of this figure with the TVA sculpt. And that's why I think it took them a long time for it to be finalized and released.
With a slight deviation.
Yes, exactly. Right. So they know that this version of Loki takes place during the TVA. And we know that Tom Hiddleston has aged over that 10 years, right? So seeing him in TVA, they're basically kind of like putting him as Avengers Endgame, but also the Loki show as well, because we do see him in this outfit in the Loki show. So we could see that as well. I think it's a 9 sculpt, even without the helmet. I don't see any issues with it. I think it looks better off or with the helmet. The only issue I have with this figure is the pleather. That's the only issue I have with the figure. When it comes to posing. Now, am I going to get this figure? Yeah, but on a discount. I'm not going to spend $3 or $3.20 on it because, like, I mean, I've been finding great deals on figures on these BTS groups, these people that buy and sell trading groups, and there's no need to get them, MSRP, So for me, this is a figure I'm definitely going to pick up, but it's definitely not some I'm going to wait on for sure. I'm definitely going to wait on trying to find a good deal. Yeah, I mean, I don't see an issue with it. The only issue is that stupid seam around the hand. I don't know why they did that. I honestly don't know why. But other than that, the figure, I mean, this is a huge improvement compared to the 1.0. I mean, the suit looks more form-fitting. It looks like an actual person wearing the suit. I mean, don't get me wrong. Back then, that figure was great at its time. But now, think technology is getting better, tailoring is getting better, and this is a huge improvement. I do hope that, as maybe we might get more things in the Avengers Endgame line. We might get a 2.0 Thor from 2012 version. We might get a 2.0 Hulk at some point, or 2.0 Black Widow, or Hawkeye. So for me, this is a great figure. I have no problems with it. And thank God Riley was on my side, because I was like, damn, I really hope that Riley's on my side on this one.
I got it. I got you, bro. You already know, bro.
I mean,
no, you're not the minority. I am, bro.
That's true.
I'm literally the minority here because I'm still going to get it. I'm just not happy with it.
The forehead's not an issue. I mean, Tom Hiddleston has a big forehead. I mean, that's
it's true. It's true.
So I was looking, as you guys were talking, I was looking at some photos, I was looking at some film references as well. I think it's accurate. Now, I do wish that the hair wasn't all the way back, a little bit, some depth to it on the top. But other than that, it's a great sculpt. I give it a 9 out of 10. I don't think it's all the way Tom Hiddleston, but I think it's a huge improvement compared to the prototype and also the 1.0. That's just my opinion, and it makes me feel good about the TVA Loki because they're using the TVA sculpt on this. So I'm happy with the product.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. I mean, literally. I mean, difference of opinions, but with respect, with a level of respect. And I do think that with the helmet on, it's better than the prototype to me because it looks more like him. That smirk, the scowl on his eye, I can see it more here than how I can actually see it in the prototype. But again, I just think that it could have been a bit better, and I wish they would have used like a different material or leather for the suit. It'd probably been more expensive, but again, that is what it is. So everybody out there, let me know what you think. I mean, I know there's some people out there that are still going to get it, but I mean, to cancel it, no, I wasn't going to cancel it because I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I know I still wanted this figure. I'm not going to do that. I mean, that's overreacting. I mean, because not every, I got that Ant-Man. Even though I wasn't pleasant, I didn't. Come on, if you can live past Ant-Man, then you can deal with this. Like literally, you can. Because that Ant-Man head sculpt was, yeah.
You
Now
can
before
survive
we get
anything.
exactly, you can definitely survive
Everything.
anything. Anyway, I know that also because I want to kind of get through these quick here. I know that also we got that Doctor Strange that was actually released from No Way Home. And again, I have this suit, if you know what I mean. I have this basically, this is the same exact suit that he actually wore in, Infinity War. So I have this particular suit. I have it. There's a slight deviation with the actual head sculpt, so it's different. But I don't know. It's not something that I'm going to jump and get because I don't necessarily need it. I'd rather go in on, Multiverse of Madness than this. You know what I mean? If I'm going to do it, but it's not to say that it's not at a level of perfection or it's not decent, because I think it's a decent figure. But is it worth the money? And I'm going to start with you first, Brother Cousins. What do you think about this, man?
Is it worth the money?
Is it worth the price for this piece?
And this is what I'm going to say, and this is, I said this in my video this week. Me personally, I have the first release of Doctor Strange from the first movie. That's the one that I got. I didn't even get the Infinity War version because I was like, I got a Doctor Strange. For somebody like me that wants an upgraded Strange, and you get all those magical effects, you get the cauldron. It looks dope. It looks dope. For somebody like me, yeah, I would say get it. I'm going to get this one. I really like it. When this came out with Loki this week, this was the one. I mean, I went from being excited for Loki, and I was like, not feeling, some aspects of Loki. But then when looking at this one, and I wasn't excited about this at all. I was like, damn, this is a nice Doctor Strange for somebody that doesn't have the Infinity War one. Now, if you have the Infinity War version, I don't really think you should get this. And then this figure is going to suffer because of the whole thing about them, waiting so long to get figures out, or just having all these delays. We know the pandemic was a part of it. We know also it's a lot of reasons. Pick your reason why they had delays. But I think this figure is going to suffer because it's so many other figures from No Way, I'm supposed to say Endgame, but from No Way Home that are more interesting. Like, you're getting a whole array of characters. I mean, are you going to get this, or are you going to, I think people would like actually not get this and save their money to get like Electro or a second Goblin. You got 2 Green Goblins, so I don't think he's gonna like feel that pain. Like, he's not gonna be as desirable as those other characters. And I think that's gonna be a problem. But for somebody that does like Strange, and wants to upgrade their Strange or don't have a Strange at all, I think this is the one to get. I like this one more than the Multiverse of Magnus Strange that they showed, the regular version. I mean, this one is more bang for your buck. Yeah, it's a bunch of magical effects. He takes up a lot of space. That's another thing. If you're a Detolf collector, you put him in a Detolf and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna have much room for anything else. But I like it. I like the tailoring. I like the color of the outfit. Like I said, for me, that just has the first release from the first movie, this would be good for me. But for somebody that already has one, like you, Leo, like you said, you have one from Infinity Wars, and you pretty much have the same suit, and the sculpt isn't that much different. You really don't need to get it. But for somebody like me, yeah, definitely. That pose right there sold.
That pose, dude.
That sold. I was like, damn, I want that. But yeah, I think he's going to be. The thing is, I'm also with this figure, I'm not like Loki. I'm not in a rush to get this one at all either, because I think it's going to be around. Like I said, it's so many other characters that are going to be out there, and I think people are going to pass on this one because they're going to get Spidey's Rogues Gallery. I mean, come on, you got a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in this in this line, so people are going to really want the Spider-Man figures. They're going to really want that. They're really going to want those goblins. There I said they're going to want Doc Ock, regardless of what you think of the head sculpt. You're still going to want that damn Doc Ock when it comes out, no matter what. So yeah, he's going to be around for a bit. So I would say wait it out. And he's also a 2021 release. It's not like this new thing that's going on with Sideshow where, things are just going waitlist or, going low stock. No, they have a abundance of these. So, well, it seems like they have an abundance of these. So I think he'll be around. I think you should just wait till wait till you get a good sell on him and you get a good deal on him. He'll be around.
Definitely. I'm going to tag team. I'm going to go like Riley and KG. What do you guys, since basically you are the resident No Way Home fanatics here, so you guys, I'll let you have an exchange about this piece.
Buy it.
Riley, don't disappoint me.
No, I'm not. Because this is one where like I totally get what Brother Cousins is saying. He's totally right. But I think that for me, specifically for me, I do like the Multiverse of Madness, I think, better. I think the sculpt is better on that one because that one's really good. That one's a really good sculpt. And I think that this one isn't as strong, but I think for me, I gotta have this just for the No Way Home display. Like I feel like this would sort of complete the line for me because to have this guy and doing that spell, because that one scene when he's doing the spell with Tom Holland or whatever, that seems badass. Like I got to recreate that because that's gonna be really awesome. And space wise, he's right about that too. The space is gonna be killer on this, but I'm getting Magi cases, so it's gonna work for me. No. I'm gonna end up grabbing this. It'll probably be one though. I'm gonna wait. It's gonna be one that's like I'm sure this is gonna be like 15-20% off. I'll probably grab it then. And I need it personally because I just feel like having that completionist for the No Way Home display, because I mean that movie, I mean you already know Leia and everyone else said that I gotta have almost everything from that film because I love the movie. So, and I don't actually have never had a Doctor Strange in my display, so I'm actually excited about this. For other people who have the Infinity War though, I think you're right again. There's really no point in getting this. I think people have said it's about the same exact head sculpt. At first when I saw this though, I think it's just like what you guys were talking about, like saturation and like the editing on photography. I actually thought this didn't look that good when I first saw this. I was like, the photos kind of like took me out. I was like, this doesn't look as much as Doctor Strange. I'm not liking it that much, but I was still going to get it because I had to complete the line. But I was like, I don't know. But then I saw like the in hand. I think I saw the Sideshow video, and other people said it's just the same thing from the Infinity War, and people said the Infinity War is really good. So I'm totally going to get this because I just think having those certain magic spells that has to do with No Way Home is going to look really cool. But if you just need a Doctor Strange, I would personally hold out just for the multiverse one. It is a little bit more expensive. I think it's like $20 more or something. But that one looks really good. I think it has like the hair curl and the top too. It looks really nice. I think that one's really good. But
different suit, like the tailoring on that one is definitely different. The only thing that I don't like is the simple fact that they didn't get to. They need to give us that split boot cut. They need to.
That's a huge problem for this one. I know a lot of people have problems with that. But yeah, like I said again, it's to have this in the middle, and then you got Toby, Andrew, Tom, like all near him with all the villains. I need that. I need that in my display. So I'm going to pick this up at one point, but not going to be one that I get right away for sure.
Definitely. KG.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat with Riley here. I mean, I have a vision for the No Way Home line. I've always had a vision for it ever since, even before the film came out. When I saw the first trailer, I'm like, I know this is going to be a line that I'm going to collect, the whole line. Maybe the exception of that black and gold suit. But other than that, the whole line. I never had Doctor Strange in my collection. I actually missed out on it when I first started collecting. I'm like, you know what, I'll get it, but I'm gonna wait on it, and then it sold out completely, and then it went for crazy money in the aftermarket. So I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna touch it. Now, sculpt-wise, I do think the Multiverse of Madness is a much stronger sculpt compared to this one. That's for sure. That's a given. Do I think it's worth it? So I had this guy on pre-order. I got an invoice that it was going to come. But then I realized I spent a lot of money on a couple figures. And I'm like, you know what? Not right now. Not at the moment. So I do think, I think everybody's in the same train. I think there's no incentive to pre-order before March of 2022. You know what I mean? Like, things are going to be in stock. There's no need for it. I do think that this figure is going to be trickled down to maybe 200 or 250 shipped at the door. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's the target money for me. I'm with Brother Cousin too. When I saw that pose where he's on the ground with all the magic stuff, I was sold on it before, but that even sold me even more to get it. And all the magic stuff. I mean, look, if you do have the Infinity War version, there's no need to get this one. Maybe you can find the whole magic, the whole base, diorama base, then try to buy from eBay or Toy Anxiety. They might have it there as well. I mean, I just have a vision for the No Way Home line, and there's a third party Peter Parker out there that I'm trying to pick up as well to fit with this whole scene that me and Riley kind of have a vision for. I mean, this film did so well, and I mean, I'm still waiting for an Andrew Garfield. I mean, I don't know when that's going to go up for pre-order. It's been a while, but this whole line has been so strong, and we're getting everything from this line, and this is a figure that I think if people don't have a Doctor Strange, you got to get this one. I think, to me, outfit wise, I love this compared to the Multiverse of Madness version. I do think that the Multiverse of Madness is much more of a comic book based outfit. But as far as if you want to be more accurate to either Infinity War or No Way Home, this is the one to get for sure. I love everything that it comes with. The $315 price with shipping, I mean, shipped at the door for me was like $360. And I was like, I'm not ready to pay that right now, so I'm going to wait for it to trickle down. But this is definitely something I'm going to get. Me and Riley are 100% into the No Way Home line, as far as I know. I don't know about Riley, but I mean, I am for sure picking everything from this film.
Come on, you already know.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like I said, because I already have this one, I'm passing on this particular figure. I'll go with the No Way Home. I mean, the Multiverse of Madness, because like it's a superior suit, more comic accurate for me. So I definitely love that one. And the head sculpt is even, a tad bit to me better. Because it's giving me that more realism. His expression is totally different. This one is almost damn near mimicking just, what maybe that's the slight crease in his brow. There's not much, of a difference. So, I don't need all the magical effects because half the time I don't use them anyway. So I'm good with that. So this will probably be one that I'm passing on, but it's still a decent figure. Will, what you think about this piece, bro? Something that you want to pick up in your collection? Are you buying this one?
Yeah, man, I'm actually not, because it's so close to Infinity War. I have Infinity War. To me, I don't know, Leo, if there's any difference between these head sculpts at all, but I definitely, dude, I think the Infinity War one looks super, super close.
It does.
So so it looks super, super close to me. So at the end of the day, what I look at is I'm like, dude, the head sculpt, I'm looking at the Doctor Strange right now. It looks so, so close, man. I think it's pretty much a straight reissue to me. So I don't know. And with the accessories, I mean, it's $315. You get the stand or whatever. I mean, this is like one of those Doctor Stranges that I feel like could fall under most people's radar. It's one of those where I'm just like, a lot of people probably already have the Infinity War Strange, or they have the original, or they're going to get the Multiverse of Madness. When I pulled up the Multiverse of Madness, I actually forgot how good that head sculpt is.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good, bro.
That head sculpt
really
is
good.
really, really good. And I just looked it up. I'm like, man, I really hope they nail that the final production, because the prototype is incredible.
It is.
It looks so good. That's the best Doctor Strange head sculpt by far. It's not even close. And the other ones, like I'm looking at Infinity War, it's good. I really like it, but that Multiverse of Madness one, bro, is really, really nice. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. I think a lot of people, Leo, I'd be willing to bet a lot of people are probably just going to wait. If they need a Doctor Strange, they're just going to wait for Multiverse of Madness, see how that shakes out, and then go back. This one kind of it doesn't. This one, I don't know, doesn't really fill a void for most people, I feel like, because that's why even when they announced it, I was like, wow, I wonder why, because some people want one right sooner, and I guess maybe they'll get this one, but then they're just going to get the Multiverse of Madness one and maybe sell this one. I guess Hot Toys doesn't care because they're going to get both sales, but I don't know how many Doctor Strange fanatics they're out there that'll do that. Most people will probably just wait for Multiverse of Madness. So that's what I would do. I'm even looking at Multiverse of Madness one. I'm like, damn, I didn't love the film, but I love that head sculpt. So and like I have the Infinity War one, it's great, but I mean the Multiverse of Madness one is better. So I'm excited to see.
You're right. I just pulled it up. I'm looking at it.
See?
I forgot how good it was.
That prototype is like a 10. That's like a really good prototype. And this one is just a reissue of Infinity War, essentially. With a different stand.
You can I just want to say
that's what it is.
White Vision is about to be released soon. So it might happen tonight. I don't know if you guys know.
Well, maybe.
Well, it's about damn time, man. They need to send. Put out.
People are getting invoices now from Sideshow. So.
Oh, really?
There you go.
Well,
There you go.
mine is already paid off. That just need to get a notification and yeah. But I got it. I got it from Toys Wonderland. I got it from Toys.
But anyway, it's a reissue essentially with different accessories. That's what it is.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Yeah. But Mr. Moms, what you? Yeah, I had to, you see, so I intensified the mom, right? It's because it's just there, man. You have remember Mr. Mom, the movie?
That's obviously the name of it. No one knows.
There you go, bro. There you go. But yeah, there you go, man. So what you think about this, bro?
I had the Infinity War Strange, excuse me. I sold it I think last year. Same thing. I'm all in on No Way Home. I plan on collecting the entire line just because film resonated. It's my childhood, bringing Toby, Andrew, all that stuff. So, and this is considered part of it. This is one of those figures. There's a couple of milestone figures that I thought about when it came to like redoing my display. Like I got rid of all my DTOFs like 2 weeks ago. I'm doing different size cabinets for the purpose of figures like this. Because I do plan on displaying it. I was thinking about getting this one, so I'm still on the fence. Like I'm all in right now. I was like, yeah, this is the one I'm going to get because I do plan on displaying it with all the magical effects. I have the space for it because when I think of Doctor Strange, like the Infinity War one, it had like the time rings around his wrists and stuff, but this is like full on, like all the magic. This is it for me, and so I really like that. The Multiverse of Madness one, I mean, it's also $15 more. You get those dragon effects, but the head sculpt is different. And that's the thing about Doctor Strange, which I thought was kind of funny. Like two things. Doctor Strange is one of those figures where despite how many they release, I feel like you only need one. It's not like Iron Man where, you keep collecting Iron Man and it's like, okay, they're different. It's like one Strange is perfectly fine. Like once you have one. And to me, the head sculpts never really progressed enough. I mean, this one is obviously a direct reissue, and it's not in terms of the craftsmanship. It's just the kind of the same expression every time. And the hair just swoops. Like, I just looked at the new one. And I did forget. I'm like, damn, that sculpt is nice. And I think the benefit for me and amongst other people, if you're only going to go in on one, I do think that this is going to compete with the Multiverse of Madness version. And I think they're going to sit because people are going to go one way or another. So I think it's just an opportunity to get this below retail, throwing a coupon on it or something like that. So I think that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So I'm going to wait on it. Doctor Strange is coming home. I'm not sure which one it is. I am leaning towards this one. I'm okay with it being kind of a reissue from Infinity War. I mean, the cape changes a little bit. Not enough nuances like an Iron Man suit that would garner me getting two. But I think that, like I said, there's going to be a little bit of competition between this and the new one. When it comes to the Multiverse of Madness, like Will said, I was not a fan of the movie, but it's one of those where I don't let the movie drive my passion to buy a figure. Like Dead Strange is coming home. That figure's coming home without a doubt. Movie I wasn't a fan of the movie. Dead Strange is coming home, and so is Wanda. Those are two great figures that are definitely going to be needed. But I think it's the same thing as the Loki, where it's going to battle out with another variant version of itself, and it's just an opportunity. And if collectors have patience, you may be rewarded by paying less than retail and getting it for a better price. So I don't think it's something that you need to jump on right away, and patience might reward you. So that's where I am.
Yeah. The Multiverse of Madness one for me all day because, like I said, two head sculpts. I love the tailoring on it, and it's something different, deviates from this one. It's I'm looking for the differences, and again, I'm probably the only person on the planet that loved, literally with every fiber in my being, loved the Multiverse of Madness. I'm probably the only person that loved it, like really loved it. So again, I'm going in on this one. Cam. So I know you're getting this one. I know you're going to actually get, both Toby Maguire and Andrew. I know you're getting, Electro. I know you're getting, the Green Goblin, the Hobo Goblin. I know you're getting
them all.
I know you're getting them all, Cam. So what you think, bro?
Well, after I take this bank loan out to get all these figures, probably call Wells Fargo tonight and see what rate I'm approved on APR. Let's see. So since I have this figure right here, I instantly want to get this figure because I do not have a Doctor Strange in my collection at all.
Yeah.
I actually love this version of him. I think the one thing that really stands out between the two is the hair. For some reason, it's just like those gray sideburns are a lot heavier and thicker on this version of the figure than the Multiverse of Madness. I do want to add both of them to my collection, but it's small little details that are different between the two that actually makes this one stand out for me opposed to the other one also. Like I said, I don't have the Infinity War version, and I probably will never get that version, but this is the closest thing I can get to it.
Yeah.
And I definitely like the accessories that it comes with. So for me, it's definitely a buy for sure. But I'll definitely probably wait on it for a while because, like you said, we do have those other figures that have recently come out, like the Dead Strange and the Strange from Multiverse of Madness. So this one will probably sit for a little while. It's kind of like when we saw Thanos, the unarmored Thanos, and then the battle damage Thanos, and then the regular armored Thanos all drop, within the same year. And then, of course, the other two kind of just sat for a while. And I feel like this is going to be the same situation where if people are patient, like Mr. Mom said, then definitely, you might be able to pick this up for a better deal than what they're selling it for right now. It's kind of high.
Yeah, definitely. Again, like I said, for me, I'm going to pass on this one because I don't need it. I already have the Infinity War version. The suits are noticeably the same. I'll actually go for the other. We got a $2 super chat out here as soon as it pops up on my screen. If it's up on the screen and somebody else wants to read it, because I can't right
Where's
now.
that cyborg at though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cyborg.
Hey, that
And
the date hasn't changed. I saw it. It says November, December. So who
It's
knows?
still okay. Yeah.
it's still basically up there, so there's no
Hey.
changes. We could actually see that soon.
We
You
got
never-
tomorrow's
you
December
never-
1st.
Exactly. You
About to
never
change
know.
it.
And I think they're going to dump on us before, because they're trying to get this shit out before the Chinese New Year and actually for the New Year in general. So definitely they're going to be dumping on us like a dog.
And actually, Chinese New Year is actually earlier this year than it was. It's a lot early. It's like middle of January. So I think
it definitely is.
They're trying to dump.
So they're trying to get everything out. So moving on, like I said, because I want to get through these quick. Axe Wolf. Now, here's the thing. I'll start off by saying, yes, I will have this figure in my collection because I'm a completionist. Yes, I will echo what Brother's Cousin said the other day. This is basically reused parts. We see this all over the figure. They kit passed it. So I definitely understand this. Yes, we don't get a head sculpt with this. Yes, it is a repaint of a Death Watch figure. Yes, I get all that. But at the same time, still a Mandalorian figure. It still basically is a part. It's one of the trio. I have to get it to kind of complete the trio. I'm going to get it. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I'll have it in my collection. Is it a high priority for anybody? Hell no. If you're not into the line, don't do it, because it'll probably sit for a while. It's going to sit just as long as those Death Watch Mandos, even though I think those were like on my top 5 of the year last year. So again, it is what it is. But I don't even know to go to, because we only have like a few Star Wars residents on here. So I'll go to you first, Riley. What do you think about this piece? And is this something that you're going to pick up, or are you going to pass on it?
Dude, the thing is, I love Star Wars, but I think this unfortunately is gonna have to be a pass for me. But it looks really good though. Like it really does look good. I mean, just like you said with the Death Watch Mandos, like if you have 2 of those behind this guy, like it's gonna look really badass on the show for sure. Like it's crazy how quick this one came. Like I feel like we just saw this announced like 5 months ago. Like I swear.
Yeah, right.
I don't know how long it's actually been, but it's crazy how quick the turnaround was for this. I mean, it's all reused, so it makes sense. And I think it turned out really good. I know there was some people like theorizing if it'll come with the head sculpt, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, like the Axe Wolves, it would have been cool if he had a head sculpt. And I think there's like a photo of him with the figure, like he was there at the place and he took a photo with it. It's pretty cool. But
I wonder if he asked, like he probably was like, yeah, so
so
I mean, it's gonna have a head sculpt. It was probably like, yes, soon.
They got released and they're like, well, where's that?
They just wanted him to take a picture of that shit so they can get him out and be like, no.
What's their god? They're not making it. No, but that's tough, man. But I like I said, it looks really cool. I mean, once you get all these like Mando characters together, it's like this line is just going to be so epic for sure for a lot of people. For me, I think I'm just going to pass on it. But hey, it looks really good. The paintwork looks amazing on this. I mean, it's like we've talked about, it just looks like the Death Watch Mando. It would have been cool if he did have a head sculpt, but I don't think I wasn't expecting that, because I think this one's like really nicely priced. I think it's like 225 or 220 So there's no way they'd put a head sculpt with it. But looks really, really nice. It's going to look really good for Mando collectors. And I wonder if next season, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, if he's there, or if he does anything like super important. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. And if he does that, maybe this will become a lot more popular. But to me, he just seems more like, I mean, I don't think he did much in the last season. He just seems, he would be more like that character in your background, like your background character that you put in front of your other Mandos. But yep, it looks really awesome. And I'm happy for people collecting the whole Mando line. It's looking really great.
Hell yeah. Brother Cousins Jay, you talked about this when you reviewed the other day, man. I know you said that, not going to be a quick draw, but you're definitely going to get it to complete the trio. Which say you, bro?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm definitely getting this one, man. I mean, we got to look at it like this. Hot Toys, at the end of the day, they're a company. They're about making that money. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And this is a kit bash. That's what it is. And they knew, and I wish, they would put this, because they knew that there was going to be somebody out there that would have took a Death Watch and did this. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that hard to do, really. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of guys who's good out there with the paint and that can really kit bash this and make this work. So yeah, for them, it made sense for them to make it. It was financially made all the sense in the world to give us that completed trio. I do wish that we had the actors' likeness and a head sculpt, just because now when I have all three of them together and they pull off their helmets, he's going to be sitting in the background like, "What's wrong with you? You shy? Why you got a helmet on, bro?" So and it kind of sucks, But also, it's like, I guess they looked at it like this too, where he didn't really do too much. He was shown, but then he wasn't shown at the same time. But when you look at like Sasha Banks, or Mercedes Venado, she stands out. She took a bump from Boba Fett, in that whole, at the end of, in the season finale, he wasn't even present. He wasn't even in the starship when Luke came. He wasn't nowhere around. So, I guess all they took all that consideration was like, why would we, drive up the price giving this guy a head sculpt when we can just kit bash a Death Watch and put it out there, Bob's your uncle, we get the money. Yeah. It makes sense. And they knew it's people like us, like me and you, Lel, that's completionists and that wanted just to complete the damn collection. They know this. Yeah. But with that being said, it does look dope. It does.
I think it does. I think it looks really cool. Dope as a figure. Yeah.
As a figure, he looks cool. Yes, it's a kit bash. Yes, it is a money grab, but it's a money. It's like, yeah, you got us. It's like one of those things. Like, all right, here's the money. You got me because we want it. But all right, it's that type of situation. I'm not mad at them for this. That makes sense business wise for them. It does suck. They could have gave us that head sculpt, but yeah,
it is what it is. Definitely what it is. Hey, Cam, you see how this motherfucker slid her in first name basis real quick. It was like you knew her on a first name basis. He said Mercedes. He said the full government name on a first name basis, 100%. Which means he's seen her at a con or something and was like, "Hey, baby, hey, sweet mama, who are you?" Like straight up, like that's what he is. We got a $19 super chat. Multiverse of Madness was dope. Having Two Strange duking it out using musical notes was one of the most creative sequences I've seen in a while. Definitely, that's where I was. Only Raimi's genius could bring that to the screen. I don't know why a lot of people were hating on that film, but I loved it. I definitely loved it. But then again, it's like I said, all things subjective. I was very entertained. So yes, all in on it. I cannot wait. But let's go to you, Willie. Are you going to basically, is it now? I mean, because you wild card, I know that basically like stuff like this, you ain't going. Yeah, I mean, we already know Will ain't. Yeah,
right.
Well, so Leo, I think
bet you if Tom Hiddleston was playing this character, he'd get it.
He's behind the helmet. He's behind
the head sculpt's an 8. I'm in. They would have given him a head sculpt if it was Tom Hiddleston. But Leo, so I'm with you mostly, man. Like I do feel like you said, like you pretty much were very open and transparent about it. Like I think with this type of figure, and like Brother Cousin said, this is very much like Death Watch, Mando, reuse parts, and some other repaint, right? So very easy for Hot Toys to do. The fact that they didn't include a head sculpt. I remember, Leia, we talked about this way back, and my thought was, if you put Axe Wolves out and put a head sculpt on this and you're making it 275, 285, are people actually going to buy it then? I think one of the allures of this figure is that it's 235, right? I think it's somewhere around there, 250, something like that. It's very reasonably priced, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like, especially in today's current market where we see a DX Vader and it's like 300 or 315 or whatever, and we're like, that's great, right? So when we see something that's 235 or 250, we're like, that's even better. And most people are probably not going to use the Axe Wolves head sculpt. I think the only reason that most people would buy this figure is to either complete a line or have the Mandalorian set. Like if you have Bo-Katan and Casca Reeves and you have Axe Wolves, that would look really cool in the display. That's probably the only reason you would buy this figure. If you're not going to get the other ones, I highly doubt that you would purchase this, because Axe Wolves is like not a very important character so far, right? It's not like he's like pivotal to what's been going on in the Mandalorian or elsewhere. Maybe there's more shit we don't know about him yet, but as of now, he's not super integral to anyone's collection at this point. I think the only way he's integral is if you are going to get the other Mandalorian characters and you just feel like you need to complete the line and you want to have that badass display from whatever episode where they all showed up and it was awesome and they fought the stormtroopers and all that type of stuff trying to get to Moff Gideon. So that was really cool and that was really great. So if you're getting Bo-Katan and you're getting Mando and you're getting Casca, then yeah, for sure, this could be one that people pick up. But if you're not and you're just kind of like, I think this would be an easy pass, but that's not a huge problem for Hot Toys because they probably didn't have to sink a lot of money in this at all. So they probably were like, yeah, give them Axe Wolves and they'll be great. And they'll think we do, characters that are not supporting, like characters that are not quite in the spotlight as much, and everyone wins. Hot Toys is cheap for them. They still will sell because this figure is cheap and they can help people complete the line. So it's a win-win for everybody, but I don't think it's going to be like mass appeal for most. I think it's just for the diehards that are going to want that trio, right? That's the reason you would get this. Yeah,
definitely, man. Definitely. Mr. Moms, man, I know like you're not really too much of a Star Wars fan, so I know basically this isn't something that
that's actually incorrect. I'm a huge Star Wars.
You're a huge Star Wars fan. You're just, but you're certain figures.
You know what it is that Star Wars is one of the IPs I didn't mean to fall into that I fell into, and it was because of Mando. So I got into Star Wars late in the game. Like if I can go back and get all the OG, the original trilogy, all that stuff, I'd get all that stuff if I could. So I'm waiting for all the reissues. So I'm in the minority. So I hope they reissue everything. But yeah, no, about this one, I mean, it's what Will said. It's an easy, it's kit bash put together. I think it's one of those things where it does favor the completionist. Like I know when Bo-Katan came out, I'm still on the fence about her. And for me, when that figure came out, in my head, I was initially thinking, okay, she's $200 and something. I was already thinking of the two other figures to build the trio. So that $200 and something figure is really going to be like a $600-700, pack. Because it's hard for me. I am like you, a completionist. If I get one of something, I have to get the other 2 or 3. If like I said, the Spider-Man No Way Home, I got to get 3 Spider-Man. I have to kind of build the whole thing together. I just can't get like Bo-Katan by herself. I mean, what's nice about these figures is that they're extremely versatile. I mean, you could pair this one up with another Mando. Like I have Death Watch Mando. I mean, it's just a generic Mando. And I think we're going to get more of them with season 3. I mean, I know season 3, they've showed a lot of different versions of Mandalorians in general. And I'm sure we're going to get a bunch more of these kind of quote unquote kit bash styles with different maybe paint applications, no sculpts. So I'm not upset about this one. Right now it's a pass. I do know if I end up getting Bo-Katan, I'm pre-planning this one and the third release as well, just so that I have a trio. But yeah, it's easy. No complaint about it. And like I said, Will said it was a quick flip for Hot Toys to put out to take care of the completionists basically.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I feel you. Yeah, man. I mean, it's always, for me, again, it's hard when you're a completionist. A completionist and a super diehard Star Wars fan. That's where the problem lies for me, because anything that's Star Wars will get touched, with the exception. Certain figures that with the vehicles that have been released, I'm just not getting. I'm just because of spacing, and I hate the simple fact that the only way that you can get the figures is to get the vehicles, and I'm not doing that. It's just I just won't fall into that. But with that said, though,
we're back. We're
Ken's
back.
getting it, bro. You already dopoed.
Yeah, it's a given.
No. No, hell no. He ain't got a face.
Yeah, no worries.
I got a question for you.
Cam is
The
like,
one I get don't got a face. Yeah, that'd be the one I pick up. It's like getting a stormtrooper. Like, shit.
Cam was like, hell
no.
no, I ain't doing that, bro. It's just not gonna work for me, brother. I ain't doing that.
It looked good though. It looks good. I will say that.
You know what? One of these days, y'all. One of these days, I'm gonna put this shit on Cam, and Cam's gonna be hype about it. Figure. I'm like, wait
Yeah,
a minute,
he is,
what?
bro.
The
One
worst
of
part is
these
that was
days.
like, yeah, I got one right here.
Definitely. KG 10%, man. What's my money?
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. No, honestly, bro, like when it comes to Mandalorian, I gotta get a Mandalorian.
No, where's
Okay.
my money?
It's not. You're never getting it, bro.
All right, guys, it's been a fun night. I'm gonna leave.
What's up, KG?
Where's my
It's been a
money?
fun show. How about this? You give me that generous soda, I'll give you the money.
Oh,
Damn,
yikes.
that's a low
You know
blow.
what?
Kick him
I'll
off.
tell you like this.
He's muted. He's muted. Damn, he's screaming loud.
Yeah, he's getting
Look
in
at
there.
him.
Man, look at those face expressions.
That's a lot of passion for Axe Wolf.
I see so many new
Imagine.
possibilities right now.
That's
know,
true.
right?
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of.
Imagine Toya walks in.
Screenshot,
Hell
screenshot,
yeah.
screenshot.
Someone create a GIF or GIF.
Jeff.
A GIF or GIF? I don't know.
Dude, it depends on the
bro.
day.
Oh man,
It is
I
both.
say
It's really both.
I say GIF.
Nah, but go ahead, KG.
No, but no, it's all good. No, for me, look, when it comes to Mandalorian, I gotta pick up anything that looks like a Mando.
Yeah.
As simple as that. I have the armor, I have a Death Watch, and I gotta be honest with you, that Death Watch figure is a great figure. I think it's one of the best pieces of 2020.
Bro, I got two, and actually
yeah,
three,
and I'm
three of them. Yeah.
Pick up a second one because I got mine in the BTS group for like 150 shipped, brand new.
Mhm.
So to me, if I can find a deal like that for this guy, I'm 100% picking it up. I'm not paying that 260 price because there's no head sculpt in it. If there was a head sculpt, then I would have been keen into picking it up. But for me, it's when it comes to a figure like this with no sculpt, I think it's the value for it should be under 200 at best. I don't know, maybe 200 shipped at most. But for me personally, like if it's a figure that doesn't involve with the sculpt, if it does involve with the sculpt, I can agree with the 260 shipped or 280 shipped price range. I'm definitely getting Bo-Katan. I'm definitely getting Koska Reeves.
Yeah.
And I gotta complete the trio. It's a given. I might pop a Pennywise sculpt onto this, just to give it a look. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Pop any head sculpt. Maybe put a Deadpool sculpt. So just for fun. But yeah, it's the articulation of the Death Watch Mando is impressive.
Is incredible.
I mean,
bro.
when I open that piece,
it's different. It's just
different compared to Mando. In my opinion, I think it has better articulation than Mando does. You know what I mean? So it's a great
does.
piece. It has a lot of presence. And I agree with, I think Mr. Mom's mentioned it. It's such a versatile figure. You can put this with anything into the Star Wars realm or universe. You know what I mean? You could put it with, maybe in a vision of a Rogue One. Maybe you mean a Mando's comeback. You could do anything with these figures. And I'm excited for season 3. Season 3 of Mandalorian. Because we're gonna get tons of Mandos from that show. So, I mean, just get ready. This is just the tip of the iceberg for what we're getting from Mando. I mean, we're gonna get lots of Mandos. So, I would highly suggest to pick up that armor. I know the single joints is not a great, look to it, but that figure, Leo, has lots of presence. If you put it next to other Mandos, especially this one too, if you have a Mando collection, they're all gonna look great.
Hell yeah, it's gonna pop, and
it's gonna pop on the shelf. This figure, I mean,
pop.
looking through the photos, I mean, it's a beautiful piece. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think the value is there. You know what I mean? I think if it's under 200 or 200 shipped, I think there will be a lot of people that collect Star Wars, even outside of Star Wars, and get this guy because it's such a unique character. Yes, it's a Kid Bash version of a Death Watch, even a Kid Bash version of Mando, every other Mando figure is like, Boba Fett using Boba Fett helmet, but it's unique, it's different, and yeah, I like it. I like the color scheme. I'm definitely gonna get this figure. It's just I'm waiting for the right time and the right deal for it. So.
Get the right deal, then it makes sense. I got the right deal.
100%.
That's why I'm going to. I pulled the trigger on it. I actually, what I did was got the notification that it was shipping soon, canceled it, ordered it again, used some points, used that, use a couple of different things. So I got it for 120 shipped.
There you go.
Literally.
See?
So why not? It was.
And
a
I
deal
think you
couldn't pass
enjoyed
on.
more when you get it for a right price. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you enjoy it for when you're not basically paying a high price for it. So I was like, it's not a problem for me to do it. So it's cool. Riley, you getting this?
Hell no. No, you already went to me. I'm not getting this. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. You went to me first.
Double down.
He's like, no, I'm not doing it. So anyway, all right. So we're gonna move on. Here's the highlight for me of the week. And if everybody watched, like literally, if you watched the corner today, this afternoon, then the highlight for me, I mean, hands down, was the Hydra Stomper with Steve Rogers. I mean, literally, I love this piece. Like, I really love it. I'm a What If fan. I'm a comic book fan. Even though What If really deviated from what we got from the comics, I really enjoyed that first episode with Captain Carter. Jay, I watched your review today, and he was like, yo, you got rid of the Captain Carter because of the actual features and stuff like that. I held on to it because I just wanted to kind of complete, again, the completionist, and I knew that I wanted this piece. I knew that I had to have it in hand, and I am so impressed by this Captain Rogers in the material of the suit. I love the flight suit. I love the turtleneck, the material there. It looks like a young Steve Rogers animated version. I love this Hydra Stomper. It is a beast. This thing is almost 2 feet tall, like literally. Like, that thing is huge. But again,
That's what she said.
I know.
Wow, Robbie.
But definitely, it is a piece that I'm gonna have in my collection that I could not pass up on at all, and I'm excited about it. So, brother Cousins, now that you've actually seen it and had a chance to look at it, are you having a slight change of heart?
Yeah, I am. We talked about this being a hypocrite, and back and forth. We just talked about this shit.
Yeah, we did.
And like I said, I got the I had Captain Carter, looked at her, didn't even open her up. I had a conversation about her with S Beam. And even S Beam was like, he was like, I got it. He was like, I'm not feeling it. I'm more excited about other figures. And then I looked at mine. I was like, yeah, I kind of feel the same way. But I like the idea and I want to support. I just love female figures. That's just my thing. We don't get enough of them. So anytime we get them, whatever they put out, I try to go and grab them. That's just, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
The diversity and whatever. Love it. So I love the idea, I love the execution. I love this episode, but the figure, I'm like, it's so much other stuff coming out. I'm just gonna go ahead and pass it on. And I passed it on. Then this comes out. I'm like, damn. Just look at that. That is amazing. Now, yes, I mean, it's based off animation. You're not getting those details that Hot Toys, the realistic details that Hot Toys is known for is based off an animation piece. That this as a set is phenomenal. And even when I thought about it, after looking at your video today, Leo, and then just really thinking about the price point, this thing is bigger than it's bigger than the what's it called? The Hulkbuster. It's bigger than Hulkbuster.
Yeah, it is.
And you're getting this, and you're getting a figure, and you're getting this set for $625. Now we know ship is like $660, $670. That's good value. That is a good value for what you're getting here. As a set, this looks amazing. And this shot right here, this makes me want to kick myself because the three of them look dope as hell. It's a dope ass display. But I will say this. I have to hold myself back. I'm going to wait. I'm definitely going to wait. It looks so damn, that looks good. But you also got to think all that's coming next year, all that we're about to get hit with. Remember, we're
This
in the middle of a
month,
storm right
all
now.
that's coming this month in
all
general.
coming this month, and then we ain't going to even talk about March. We're not even going to talk about what's going to happen in March. Because
Yeah.
in March, I'm gonna be probably dancing for money out here. Seriously,
Booty shaking, bro. You gonna bring
Hey,
the booty
man.
bots in here, bro?
Booty
When you
shaking.
say that,
Booty
they gonna
bots.
Yeah, they'll be on the way.
basically. I mean, paying for an Ecto one and another DeLorean and all that stuff. You got to think about the space. This is something you got to be in love with, because the space is going to be a space killer for all you guys that are building shells, building cases. Even I'm building cases now, and they have Maji cases. This is going to take a lot of space. So you want to take that in consideration. Yes, it's shiny, it's new, it looks phenomenal, but also think about all that's coming. Think about this, all that's coming, and all that you have pre-ordered, before you pull that trigger. But I'm gonna say, great value, great execution, good on Hot Toys to do this property and to do it to the max, because this looks good. And yes, this makes Captain Carter way more appealing. I just wish I wish Captain Carter was a little cheaper. I do. I wish the price point was a little bit. I think this is priced perfectly for what you're getting. You're getting a massive figure. You're getting another figure with great soft goods, like you said, the tailoring on the flight suit, and with the sweater and everything, the turtleneck. It looks good. This is just, I can't say enough good things about this. And then looking at the sideshow of the first look, that sold it even more for me. This really, whoever has this coming for the holidays, you're gonna have an excellent gift. I mean, this is just, it's a great set.
It's definitely a beautiful piece to have in your collection, and I'm telling you, I'm so impressed. The photos sell it for me. Like, look at that.
Look at that.
Incredible.
Yes,
that is incredible, bro. It's such presence in that. And I know it's something that Will is basically thinking about. Will, what you think about this piece?
He's
bro?
getting this.
Man. Again, a dopo, dude. A dopo. Yeah. No, Leo, it's you, dude. You already know. It's not for me, man, because I wasn't the biggest What If fan. I didn't actually finish the show. I think I watched like maybe 4 or 5 episodes of it. I didn't. I heard it got really good though when the Ultron thing happened. Like it started to get really interesting and really cool. But yeah, What If, I had a lot of trouble kind of getting into it. Some episodes were a little more engaging than others, but a lot of times I was just kind of like, man, I'm not really feeling that Marvel formula and spirit and energy that I normally felt with a lot of Marvel stuff. So I didn't quite feel that with this. So this one layout I saw and I was like, this is cool though, because they're giving people something pretty large in scale and something that is directly out of the episode. So I mean, it's animated though, so it's got to be your style, right? It's got to be something that you really have a connection to and love, because I have things animated from Kotobukiya, Attack on Titan. I love those, right? If you love the character and you love the show, then for sure, I mean, it's going to be for you. But this has got to be one again where you really love What If, especially to drop $625 on this for this and then the Steve Rogers. So yeah, it's a pretty cool looking piece layout. I mean, it's a lot of like I guess green. Like it's not a ton, I guess, like super exciting to me about it. But when I look at it, it's just kind of like, yeah, this would look kind of cool on a shelf. But I mean, bigger pieces do tend to draw people's attention. I will say that. Like I will say, when you draw people and bring people into your collection room, they tend to go for the bigger items that you have in that collection room. For example, my Pennywise is the number one thing that everyone goes to because it's the biggest thing in the collection room. So size does matter for collectibles. So it is.
Wow, what a statement.
It does. So it's true. So. That's why bigger is better. So, but yeah.
Oh wow.
So it's a thing. So so anyway, but so with this Hydra Stomper, man, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm wondering, Leo, how it's gonna look when you don't have it lit up. Because I'm wondering if it's still going to look as cool. I'm sure it will, but most of us, we don't really like using batteries. We don't like using the Hot Toys batteries. More importantly, it's just not a fun ordeal. So, yeah, I don't know. This is, to me, Leo, I don't know. It's kind of cool, kind of interesting, but it's just maybe not something that I care that much about. But I do recognize that other people could find a lot of value in this, and it is pretty unique and cool. I mean, it's kind of Iron Man-ish in a way, just green. So, Yep, exactly. So I think it has that type of vibe to it. So maybe that's why Hot Toys was like, you know what? In Asia, this will sell. Because, I've been told You know, I think it's pretty obvious, but most of us knew this. But when I talked to Brian from Modurspace, he told me, he was like, yeah, in Asia, like everything's sort of mech, like everything's sort of robot sells really well. It's a big part of the culture there. He was like, yeah, it's just a huge thing. And this obviously fits that mold. So I think by that point alone, Hot Toys was probably like, yeah, let's do it. You know, anything Iron Man like, they're probably going to knock out. So, and yeah, man, it looks cool. It's a cool looking piece. You know, you know, it couldn't be die cast because it would be way too heavy and it would be way too expensive. By that point, no one would probably want to get it, not in mass. Like if this were Hulkbuster price, nobody would buy it. So, so it's probably good that it's plastic, honestly, because it's you know 400 something by itself. With Steve, it's 625. Like, you know, yeah, man. So, you know, and you could do a lot with it. You can put him in poses like that. You can, you know, put Captain Carter in there. So if you love the show, then yeah, man. Yeah, I'd say go for it. But to me, it would be an easy pass just because I'm not a huge fan of the show. And I guess I don't know where the public opinion stands on the show nowadays. Like I know it was kind of divisive at the time. Like at the time, everyone was like, you know, some people really didn't like it. Some people loved it. It was kind of like almost Last Jedi for Marvel or something, where I was like, I don't really care about What If, and some do. So for me, I was kind of into not caring as much. But yeah, it's got some cool stuff going on with it, and it's a, you know, a little bit different in the world we're living in right now without Iron Man. So you know, pretty cool. Yeah. Not for me, but pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Again, like I said, all things divisive. It's not going to be for everybody, and I wouldn't advise if you didn't like the show to get it. And I'm not pushing it on everybody else, you know. But for those who love it, I think it's a perfect piece. I love the show. It resonated with me a lot. I love this first episode. The only episode that I didn't love at all, and I wish they'd have threw it out, was that Thor episode was dumb.
The party Thor.
So like literally, it's like that's when I saw the demise, and that's what Taika Waititi was looking at. He studied that scene or that episode and said, "That's the Thor that I want." Like literally, and that's what he gave us. So
perfection.
That was perfection for him. Mr. Mom, man, like I said, you see a piece like this, you know, again, love it, like it, something that, you know, resonated with you, or just something that you're going to pass on, but you just think is interesting.
Me personally, I'm going to pass on it just because, you know, I wasn't, like I said, like I was into the whole What If thing. I really do think that the show, I think it kind of fell into a shuffle where Marvel was kind of banging out TV shows every couple months, and things didn't get a chance to kind of like resonate with people. You know, I think we had like Loki, we had a WandaVision, we had Loki, we had you know, Winter Soldier and Falcon. You had this, so it was a lot to digest. It's a really cool piece. I love the World War II aesthetic. I love that paint scheme. It's so cool. I could see this being a multiverse piece where, like, if you had some World War II kind of collection, this would fit right in. It reminds me of like an Iron Man Mark I with the helmet, a little bit of the Ironmonger.
Ironmonger,
You can kind of give it a little bit of versatility. Definitely wish that they did USB with it. But I can also understand why they didn't do it, because I can see this being kind of a low batch, just because of the, you know, not really going to get as much popularity to it. So I can understand that. I was actually watching the Sideshow unboxing video of it where they unbox this thing, and it's pretty cool because I'm almost positive the Steve Rogers, you can't get it without the figure, right? You can't buy him by himself. No. And in the unboxing, when they did it with Steve Rogers, and Steve Rogers actually comes in his own 1/6 scale box inside the box with the figure itself. So you're getting two boxes inside one. So it's pretty impressive when you watch the unboxing video of it. So I can understand there's some weight to it, but it's a really cool piece. I really, you know, anyone who's going to get it, awesome. I really like it a lot. It's just not for me. It doesn't jive with what I'm looking for. You know, I'm not going to collect any of the What If stuff. As what we talked about, I think off stream, I don't think it's going to happen, because I think they're really, Hot Toys is tied into a lot of the MCU movie style. This does open up a possibility of some more comic book-esque figures, because I like the idea of, like, you're not drilled down like, oh, it has to look like Chris Evans, it has to look like Robert Downey Jr. We have to argue about whether it looks like Loki or not. You know, it's a comic book sculpt, so it can be more generic. So I kind of wish Hot Toys would explore a little more of that. I don't foresee them doing that because, you know, they're more tied into the movies and character likenesses and things like that. But it opens up a little bit of a window of what they could do if they did more comic book versions. Like, I'd love to see a classic comic, you know, Captain America, classic Iron Man, classic Thor comic book style. So I appreciate it. I respect it. For anyone who gets it, all power to you. It's just that something I'm going to pass on myself.
Man, I get it. Yeah, definitely, bro. Cam, I know you're gonna pass on it, but what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I think it's great. I definitely think it's something different, and I think a lot of people that are looking for those one-offs, it's definitely something eye-popping to add to their collection. Something definitely with a different color palette than looking at the Hulkbuster 1 and 2 that just sat forever. I think it is definitely unique, and whoever adds it to the collection is going to be super excited. It does come with that a Captain America figure too, right? Or will the Steve Rogers?
Yeah, you
He's-
can actually get the 100 Hydra Stopper by itself, or you can
Oh,
actually
without
get
him.
it with Cap. But it's just you can't get Cap by itself.
Yeah. I mean, I if I did purchase this, I wouldn't want it without Cap. I feel like, I just feel like they're a pair. It's got to be together. But yeah, I think it's gonna be great for anybody that's gonna add to their collection. For me, I really did like the What If series, but I'm just not into the animated collecting versions, of these figures. So for me, it would definitely be a pass. But if the price drops down something ridiculous, then maybe it'll be a buy.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
I like it because here's the thing: is like what kind of gets me hooked on the animated style is, again, here's just the way I look at this. When Spider-Gwen dropped, it was a nice figure, but people weren't really attracted to it as much. They liked it, but people weren't really buying it in droves. Then we got Miles, and then people were like, "Oh yeah, I need to go back and get that Gwen." Like that's just the way I saw it. Like people just had to go back and get the Gwen to complete the look. And then once you got them together, it looks good. Same here with Captain Carter. She released. People were like, whatever. They see the Hydra Stomper. They're like, oh, this looks dope. See things like this. You're like, all right, let me go back and get whatever. So that will happen. Not saying it's going to happen to everybody, but that will definitely happen here. I think it will. And I know KG is going to be gracious enough to buy everybody on this panel one just because
Yes.
you like it and you
Thank
don't.
you,
He'll do
KG.
it.
Let's go.
What's up, KG?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Forget what I said. I love this figure.
I love this figure.
Forget what
I love
This-
it
this is
too.
a- man,
It's great.
This is what I wanted for
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
know. Me too,
I
man.
need this on the shelf.
Okay.
Thank God I put it on the list.
So the What If line has been an interesting line because we're still waiting on a couple of figures for them to make up. For instance, they had teased multiple times the zombie Cap, waiting for a zombie Cap, and I think what everybody wants is that T'Challa, Star-Lord T'Challa.
Yeah, I
would
can't
love
wait
to
for that.
get that.
Definitely can't wait for that.
I would pick that up. And the thing with
The Ultron.
the
I cannot
Ultron?
wait for that Ultron to drop. That's going to be
is it called
incredible.
Infinity Ultron, something like that. It's
Yeah.
I'm definitely picking up that Ultron. I think that's the only thing from the What If line I'm actually keen picking up. But this, I'm not interested at all. I'm sorry. I think it's a great piece. Don't get me wrong. I think for people who just love anything Iron Man or anything big, it's something. I think a lot of people would pick up. I think for me personally, I think it's like
Zendaya likes
Look,
it.
sure,
Nah.
I'm
I
sure.
get it.
She tweeted it.
But I don't see. I mean, look, that Captain Carter was a pass for me, so this is also a pass. I'm just not a big fan of the what. I'm not a huge fan of the What If series, but the only episodes I really liked were the Ultron one, and then the Killmonger one, the Star-Lord one, the T'Challa Star-Lord. It's just something like this. It requires a lot of what's the word? It takes a lot of space, for a collection. So I think this will definitely sit. I think this is a figure that will not move. I think this could get the same treatment as the Hulkbuster. It could sit there for 2-3 years until it sells out, maybe even more than that. Until we have to really discount it. But hey, I think Leia, I know you're picking this up, and I'm happy for you. But
I think at this point, everything is going to sit, bro. To be quite honest, everything is going to be sitting for a minute. Yeah.
I'm basing on the size and how big it is.
Yeah.
And the show, it's not one of the most best received shows for most people. So for me, this is definitely a pass. I'm more focused on the No Way Home line. I'm actually kind of trickling down back to the Infinity War and Endgame line, picking those figures up, and a few Star Wars figures here and there, and the Mandalorian line as well. So for me, this is just not on my radar.
Definitely. And Riley, to wind it down, last but not least, to wind this figure and also this episode, man. What you think about this, bro?
Bro, I'm getting this. This is Grail, bro.
Yeah,
First batch, Toys Wonderland, $2,000 shipped. Come on, no,
DHL baby.
DHL. Nah, man. Dude, I think this is really cool. As soon as I saw this, I was like, I sent it to you right away, because I knew you wanted this, bro.
Yeah,
this
I
is
wanted
gonna
this,
look really
bro.
cool. This is gonna look really cool. For me, it's like most people have said, it's not gonna fit for me. I was planning, like, when I first saw this got announced, I was tempted to buy it because it looked really cool. At least the Hydra Stomper, I always thought that looked really cool, and yeah, I just thought it looked really great. But it's just now with so many pre-orders being out, it's just these are the ones that for me it's just gonna slip past, unfortunately. But I still think it looks really cool. But it's kind of interesting what you said, like with the animated though. Like we look at like Star Wars so much because they have the Clone Wars, all this animated stuff. But like Marvel's, they've got a lot of animated stuff coming up. It's kind of crazy to think.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, in my head when we were talking about what if, like, I thought it was crazy how we didn't get the I don't know what his name was, I forget, but like the evil Doctor Strange, that would have been cool. Hot Toys announced that. I thought that would have been really cool. Like from that one episode. Because I think, that was a really good episode, and I like that one a lot. But we didn't end up getting. I think that would have been really nice. But like I said, it's really cool looking. It came out really great. The lighting on it, the light up on it looks really bright. Hopefully, I think that they always die out the batteries. You'll probably have to get like those USB like third-party wires for it.
Isn't this USB?
Wires no, it's battery powered, I believe. I don't think it's USB, unfortunately. I know it sucks, but is what it is. I like the articulated fingers. That's also really nice. I saw the first look of it. It's really cool, but yeah, for me, it's just gonna be a pass.
It's definitely more articulated than a Hulkbuster. Definitely.
Yeah, you can move this like 180. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely more articulated there.
Is
So
it bigger
again,
than
I'll probably be the only person on the planet that'll get this, but I am so happy about it because it gives me that vintage look. So I'm fine with it. You know, not everybody has to get it. We're not here. The thing is we're not here to tell everybody that they need to get it. I mean, again, it's definitely going to be a Grail piece to have because, like, they'll never do this version again. Like, they'll never do it again, even though we know that, you know, potentially with the hint that we will see him in season 2. You know, they'll probably give us a different iteration of Captain Carter, you know, a different suit, because again, she did have a stealth suit in the episode. So, you know, we'll in the final episode. So we might see that. But anyway, regardless.
Well, Leo, I got a question for you, bro.
Yo,
I mean, I'm looking at your collection. You're kind of running out of space. Where are you going to put this?
What you're looking at only this space. You're not looking at over here. You're not looking at over there. Here's the thing. This is not like, you know, Jay, you alluded to this earlier. This is not something that should go into a detail. It's not something that should go in a module case because it's going to take up a lot of space. You just have to really know how to maneuver it. I have an idea. The thing is, I pre-plan ahead. Always pre-plan ahead on how I have to do it. You know, I've actually created enough space. And here's the thing. Here's the kicker. A lot, even like the detox down there, they're getting shifted over. Figures are getting taken out of this section down here and shifted over. There's going to be a totally different display down here that I'll be able to fit things into the way I want. So you just have to really know how to do it. And especially for something that you want. Again, not for everybody, but it is for somebody. Me. So anyway,
man.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, definitely, man. So great discussion all around. There was some other stuff I wanted to get to, but an interesting time. I think we talked about it enough. We covered every figure that I wanted to cover, and it was a great discussion all around. So thank you guys for being here. It was a great discussion. I'm gonna start from down up. Brother Cousins, my man, Mr. Pimp, Almighty, let everybody know what's going on. 145 people in here, 47 people watching. Make sure you hit that like button. It is important and imperative that you hit the like button. So take the time to hit the like button. 147 people in there. Make sure that you do. Just hit it right now. Right now. Do it now.
Wait a second.
Do it now. Just do it right now. Just try to do it. Just do it now. Just hit the like button. That's all you got to do. But you know, yeah, Brother Cousins, what you got going on, bro?
Once again, brother, thank you so much for having me. It's a wonderful panel, wonderful, amazing chat. Loved it. Tomorrow we got best of the best. We are back, baby. Yes, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see y'all there. It's gonna be great. We're gonna be talking about all the drops and potential other drops. We may get another one tonight, or tomorrow morning. How they going? I want to see them do it 5 days in a row. If we do that, my pockets are gonna hurt. But yeah, man. Thank you for having me. It's gonna be a great show tomorrow and great show tonight. And yeah, man. Let's do it.
Definitely, man. As always, if you haven't already, follow this guy. And everybody's link is in the description. So make sure you actually go through it. You might not see it on here, and that's because this computer is effed. But the links are in the description. So make sure you actually go in there and follow these guys. Incredible, as always. My brothers. KG, what's going on, man? When you coming back, and where's my money?
Well, like I said, just give me that junior, so that would be good to go. We'll do a quick trade.
Still owe me money. What's up?
But yeah, no, dude, thanks for having me on. Sorry for the late notice. I felt like I wanted to talk about figures. So great to talk to you guys. And Mr. Mom Collectibles, great meeting you for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been kind of bad lately. Past 2-3 weeks. Picked up a few grails. Some to mention. I picked up a Wolverine Days of Future Past. That's coming in brand new, by the way, so I'll get that in. I picked up a Dark Side Anakin. Picked up that as well.
Wow.
Picked up Killmonger.
Damn, he's got that Dune money.
He got some money going on. Yeah.
I obviously got the
that Willy Wonka money.
Yeah, the Willy Wonka money has been hitting pretty good. So I got that. I want to do reviews, but school is kind of getting in the way, so I just don't want to interview with that. But whenever I have the time to talk with you guys, I jump on, and obviously my other half, the one and two, Riley, it's always a delight seeing him. It's like I think me and Riley have a connection, bro. If I can't, like, Riley has to be there. You know what I mean?
Always.
I won't.
Always.
It's just like I think I have I can't part with him.
Yes, linked.
So yeah, I mean, I just love being on here. Yeah, if you guys want to go check my channel out, it's KG Collector. I haven't uploaded anything, but I did upload a recent video of my Deadpool and Cable posing review. But also check out Riley. Riley's close to 900. He's 20 subscribers away. So make sure you guys go check him out. Almost to 1,000. And good luck with that Loki. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Monday. We'll see Monday.
I really hope you like it.
If DHL delivers it.
It's not about but anyway, I digress. Thank you so much, Leo.
Yeah, definitely.
Great night.
Definitely, man. Thank you for being here. KG Collector. Come on, man. You already know what it is. IG, YouTube. Let's do it. Riley, what's going on with you, bro?
Dude, Leo, thanks for the invite. As always, man. Appreciate it. Amazing show, amazing topics as always, an amazing panel. Really, really fun stuff tonight. And it was awesome meeting Mr. Mom. Appreciate you also being on here. We got to get you on again.
Likewise.
A lot of fun for sure.
Hell yeah.
And KG, bro, he's back. He's finally back. Let's see if he stays here. We can bring the Wonder Twins back at one point. We're in the works, so we're gonna try and get that sorted.
But do it.
Yes, bro. It was a pleasure having you back on. Yeah, I gotta hit her up, bro. She's
well,
in the back somewhere.
Kind of broke up because she kind of got married to Tom Holland now.
What? She cheated on you? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Are they married now?
Oh no.
They're married now. Yeah.
No, they're not.
No.
No, he's not. He's lying. He's lying. Nah, but
Katie's full of it.
Nah, get out of here, dude. But anyways, on my channel, I've just been posting right now just some, I think they're called shorts, YouTube shorts. Those have been a lot of fun. They're really quick time videos, and I've been pretty busy, so I've just been pumping those out on my content. So check those out. And I also went to Disneyland Monday or Tuesday or one of those days. I went to Disneyland, and I was rocking the Riley Reviews merch. So shout out to anyone who's picked those up. And I gotta hit up all of you guys. We're gonna get those shirts out to you on the next batch. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. And I saw the True Rose, Leo. As soon as I saw the True Rose, I did, and I knew as soon as I thought
is it that good? I'm hearing a lot of great things about it. I never had it.
They are that good, bro.
It'll change your life. It'll change Lyle's life. I know that. He's waiting for those. But again, amazing stuff. Like KG said, I'm at 880 right now, so on the road to 1,000 subs. We're almost at 900. Nice. Thank you guys all for the support. Going to be doing some huge giveaways, I believe, in Christmas time. Stay tuned for that. We're going to do some big stuff for the 1K, or just we're doing another giveaway with another channel. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you again, Lyle. It was awesome.
All day, every day, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Will Foxification, what's going on with you, bro? What you got going on?
Dude, thanks so much for having me as always, man. Got to hang out with this Avengers level panel, so it was an absolute blast, dude, as always. And yeah, man, I'm here every Wednesday, Leo, at 9:15. So very excited about that. I will have a segment again soon. Been working on that, dude. Work has been killing me. So we're gonna do that, and then Friday. Leo, that's every Friday at Lights Camera Collect, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. I do not know who's going to be on with me this week, so I got to figure that out.
As always.
I know. It's pretty much always how I do it, Riley. You know this. So I may message you, Riley. We'll just have to see if you want to do it.
Let's do it.
But so I'll be doing that Friday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Every Sunday, Collectors Mingle, 8 p.m. Eastern. I got those clips that I'll release from every show. They usually come out like a day or 2 days after the show airs. So that's always cool for the people who can't watch everything. You can watch those. The Module Space giveaway. Check out my video on my channel about that. So we're doing that when we hit 6K subs. We're almost at 5,900, 58.99. So getting real close to 6K. And then we're going to be giving away. Yeah, man. So it's going to be exciting. Giving away 2 6-1-10 display cases. Brian's going to ship them directly to the winner. And 1/6 Kit very nicely gave me a promo code that people can use. The website, any order of 100 Will Fox, you get $10 off. And we will eventually have an in-art code when they announce the next in-art pre-order. So we'll be able to get a discount on that when you pre-order it with him. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, man. But anyway, thanks so much for having me, Leal. And yeah, man, happy to be here as always.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Definitely all day.
Happy for you with
day.
that Hydra Stomper, bro. You're gonna get a grail. So, yeah, I'm getting Loki. You get the Hydra Stomper. So
definitely win.
Yeah,
Cam, what's going on with you now? Cam, before you talk, bro, where are you at right now? Subscriber count. Where are you at?
I am at 263, I believe.
Damn,
263. So we
Just
got
300.
108 people in here. 111 people in here watching right now. So there's 111 people. You can actually head over to Cam's Collection right now, 111, and hit that like button and subscribe. 111 people can get over there and go to Cam's page and subscribe and get him over that. Get him up to 400, man. Come on, let's go. Like, definitely, let's go. Get him up there. Let's go. We can do it.
Yeah, I got kids. Come on, y'all.
You got kids. Let's go, man. Let's go. Where you at, man? What you got going on, bro?
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me as always, bro. Yeah, so I just did a episode of the new this week about all the releases that we just had. So if anybody wants to check that out on the playback, that'd be great. And then next week I'll probably be doing another review of one of the figures I haven't looked at, probably the Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then following before Christmas, the week before Christmas, I'm actually dropping the butterbeer recipe video that I've been promising everybody since damn Halloween.
Nice.
So that'll drop, and hopefully you guys get to enjoy that video and make the recipe at home, man. But thank you for having me as always, bro.
Definitely, man. Nice. Definitely, man. We got $2.99 $1.99 super chats, stickers, actually super stickers, whatever. And from SB, thank you so much for that, bro. I appreciate it as always for coming through and just being one of the dopest dudes I know. So thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Once you get that one, that head sculpt, I'm gonna put with that Leal head sculpt. I'm gonna put it on Axe Wolves. Let's rock out right next to Kim Sambo and make Jay mad. Anyway, Mr. Moms, man, always a pleasure, man. So glad that you came on tonight, bro. Really, really do appreciate it, man. What's going on with you, man?
I want to thank everybody for, especially you for allowing me to come on the show.
Hell yeah.
I consider myself a small fish in a big pond.
Hell no.
These Avengers. So I really appreciate you guys welcoming me with open arms and being able to
always
voice my opinion. And you guys are all fantastic. I talk to almost everybody either through Instagram, Facebook.
Hell
so
yeah.
You guys are nothing but support, and it's really been fantastic. The whole community, been collecting Hot Toys for 2 years, but doing the content creation just starting about 2 months in. So you guys have welcomed me with open arms and nothing but support. Most fantastic, being able to talk to everybody. I just did a video, actually just released one tonight, just about switching out my DTOFs to custom cabinets. I call it my breakup letter, my DTOFs. I had to write a breakup letter in terms of it's not them, it's me, and had to get away from my DTOFs and just understanding the mentality of my collecting and stuff like that. And then I have a video coming out tomorrow for I got the golden armor Wonder Woman. She's up there taking up the whole space. So I did a review on her pros and cons, and I kind of did it at the right time because I think I got that for like $120 on Sideshow discount coupons.
Yeah.
And I kind of fell into a Loki situation where the sculpt is kind of like, you got to look at the right. I'm literally filming the figure and I could see on the phone it's like a different sculpt than what it is in person. So that's why I reserve judgment on Loki, and he will be coming home. But the photos don't always give it justice. And I got other content going on. I'm creating. If you go on my channel, Mr. Mom, because my daughters, I have a lot of shorts and stuff with my daughter. She does a lot of her quote unquote hot toy reviews at 2 years old. She's grabbing hot toys and doing stuff, and I'm a little ballsy by letting her play with my stuff. So that's kind of my whole gig. So I post shorts all the time with my daughter, so she consumes the channel as well. So. and I'm taking photos on my Instagram. So I'm trying to, do them both at the same time. So I'm enjoying
Hell
it. So.
yeah.
But I appreciate everybody, and I appreciate you taking the time. And I'd love to be on again and talk. And whenever,
Anyway, anytime you want to come, bro, you are always
available.
welcome,
Open.
man. Yeah, whenever you're available, you're always welcome, man. So thank you for being here. Do appreciate you, Mr. Mom's Collectibles, Instagram and YouTube. You know what it is. Make sure you subscribe and become a member. Do it all, man, because everybody on this panel is incredible. And KG will when he gives him on 10%. Anyway, thank you guys for basically being here tonight. It's been so great. What's going on with me tomorrow is Uncivilized Scoundrels talk about Andor. We will be going through the entire season of Andor in the final episode. We'll talk about that as well. Love the show. If you want to actually tune in and hear our take on it, let's go. We'll do that tomorrow. Friday, we basically have what do we got? Figure Flex Friday, of course, and then Collectors Lounge International on Sunday. A couple videos that I'll be dropping at the Iron Man comic book version. I'll be dropping that later on this week for Take Your Position. And don't forget, Take Your Position will be back on January 8th. That will be the first episode of the live posing show. So stay tuned for that. That'd be incredible. I can't wait for that. But anyway, thanks everybody out there for being here and tuning in. All you lovely people out there in the chat and those who continue to participate every day, all day. We love y'all. Again, we got to get Will sleep because it's past his bedtime. He's on right now. But anyway, we love y'all again. Thank you for being here. And I'm just going to end the show because if I don't and I put on that video to close out, it's going to be some shit. So on that note, we love y'all. Peace out.
Have a good one, guys.
Until next week. Have a good one.
Good night, everybody.